What is up, kids? Welcome to Friday Night Flicks. Just a little like mini rant here. I do start 15 minutes early, but I'm always live a couple of minutes early. So cut me some slack. Hit the wrong button. How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. What is going on, everybody? Who got in here? We had Bam and Ninja in here earlier. We got Marco in the house. We got Crazy Roads channel member. We got Neil McKenzie, a channel member in the house. You guys were here early. We got Balrog, a channel member. Good to see all you guys. Brother Joe Isabella in the house and a channel member. We got Fed Harrison in the house, channel member, and B Shady, who's also a channel member. Guys, I appreciate all of y'all just who are in here and channel members. You guys are awesome too. I appreciate the support. I promise one day my videos will get better. I'm working on that right now, coming up with ways to do it. Brody, what is going on? But I'm just not a creative person. I'm just kind of a tell it like I see it kind of guy. And that's the videos I watch. So, but I realize I need to up the game, at least with some resolution, camera, stuff like that. Better sound. Jim Tigriliafira, channel member, what is up, brother? Yo, good to see you, my man. Who am I missing here? I know I'm a little early. Stephen Clayton Jr., welcome, my friend. Good to see you. The Night's Edge, what is up, brother? Channel member, good to see you, buddy. Tonight, I know Brother Kyle's going to stop by for some sharpening. We might have some other guests. I'm not sure. Play it by ear. Friday nights are kind of like that. They're kind of open. I doubt we'll go 24 hours. I doubt we'll go super late because we've got said faction coming up. Depending how we feel, if it gets crazy, we may do a post said faction like rundown. But kind of tired. We'll see how it goes. I've got a Starbucks Energy I just opened. See if that'll work. Mind Milton, yo, what is up? He is, Paul Mills, the man, the myth, the legend, my brother from another mother, and a channel member. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome. I hope everybody's having a great or had a great week, depending on what your schedule setup is. Hey there, Richard. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Yeah, we'll talk about some knives. There's one knife I want to show you guys that showed up. Crispy Critter, what is going on, my man? Good to see you, Crispy. Paul Raw gifted a membership. Thank you, buddy. You guys make sure you have on your phone that you've got accept gift memberships, because you can get a membership like tomorrow, Saturdays, from 11, and I will be on time. We won't have to reschedule it. I've already got something set up with my dad, but from 11 to 1, right around then, I do a little members live. We have about 16 or 17 people in there. So cool things happen. It's just low key. I know it's not the ideal time to jump into a live, but whoever was gifted that membership know that those go on, and everybody else who might not be aware of them, I post them. I haven't even put the live up yet, but I will do a thumbnail and the members only thing late tonight, early in the morning. But those are fun. Scotch and things. What's up, brother? Are you on the road? Or are you at home? Or are you hanging with family? I never know your schedule, so Ted Harrison, let me send you a link, brother. It's going to come to your Instagram. You're going to have to give me just a second. Let me work down through the list. And Fed, it's coming to you, brother. All right, Scotch is home. Y'all give me just a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. Let's see if I can do this. Now, if it gets too loud and crazy, I promise I don't want to run anybody off. Everybody's going to be on their best behavior. If it gets nuts, we'll mute people. We'll do stuff like that. But it won't come to that. So hold on. Let me send. All right, Fed. It is in your IG, and there's Scotch. Scott, message, my friend. Whenever you want to jump in, you jump right in. But yeah, guys, it's just it's been a week. It's been kind of a low key week. I was texting with Kyle Coonley this afternoon, and I'm kind of in that predicament of, when I eventually make this member video that I'm going to start doing weekly, that's going to be another member perk. There's going to be a Javon's Knife Thoughts, and it's just going to be random stuff. But every time I record it and start to watch it back, I've said something that's going to be, I don't want it to be dramatic unless there's something that needs to be, but I want it to put out thoughts that maybe start discussions or increase tolerance or piss some certain people off. I don't know. But that's going to be starting. But every time I try to do it, it turns into what is going on, Aries? Hello, buddy. Welcome, my friend. I'm glad you were able to stop in. But one thing that I do want to do is I want the show to become more, or the live, whatever you want to call it, more, not sanitized. I mean, it's always never going to be sanitized, but I don't want it to be argumentative. It can be open debate, and that's a good thing, I think. But I think when it devolves into arguing, it just runs a lot of people off, and people don't feel comfortable. And I know everybody's not going to feel comfortable. Believe me, I upset people every day with the video. It's without fail. And I can deal with that. It's just that I do it not for super chats. I don't do it to raise money. I don't do it to expand my reach, because I don't advertise giveaways and stuff, which we do have tonight. But I do it because I like hanging out with you guys. But I want it to be a fun kind of hung up adult civil conversation. Exactly, Terry. Just, we can agree to disagree. We can have conversations. There's certain things I don't want to talk about. And there's certain things that you can talk about that don't really fall into it. And it's not that this is the absolute law, but I think everybody agrees that live streams, in my opinion, are places for us to unwind on a Friday night. Politics doesn't need to be in there, really. Religion doesn't really need to be in there. And if you live in the South, college sports doesn't really need to be in there. Personal attacks. I don't know the relationships you guys have with each other. And if y'all are openly in a disagreement, I'm not going to stop stuff like that. But if it gets nasty and there are things in the chat, because I got a thing last week, I don't know what it was, but it was a warning about chat contents or something. I didn't even know YouTube looked at that. So what I don't want to have happen is get my channel fucked up for no reason unless I fuck it up, which I won't because I'm careful about that shit, right? I mean, I know I have to go in every week and get a review because the sensors, the AI catches cuss words, but I don't say them early in the stream. And as long as they're not just strung along, it's okay, right? They're Scotch. So that's what I'm going to try to do in the future is bring it, kind of tone it down a little bit, but still have it. I'm like, whoops, I tried to remove that, buddy. Hold on. God damn it. Sorry, Ed Harrison, if you heard that. I did not mean to say that. I know that's something that's a trigger word for you. What's up, Ed? Buddy Shane?
What's up, Shane?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Paul Might. Welcome, guys. Y'all are dropping in here
Shane's just trolling lives.
I love it. I love it. He can be in all caps in here and say anything as long as Shane, we're setting new rules where we don't want to, we can have open discussions and debates, but like Tactical Terry said very, very eloquently, which is to be expected, we want to keep it adult, civil discussions and conversation. And that goes for the chat too. Unless you guys are having a war with each other, I'll let it go. But I really don't want it to be yelling, what's even Stevie, what's up? I don't want it to be where there's certain people that come in and they're here for a place to hang out. They might not be knife people, but they like the community because they found it to be a welcoming place. And I don't want to be now if there's something that's drama-y, I don't mind talking about it. I don't have a problem with that. It's just there's no need to argue about silly stuff. We can debate it. I think debating stuff's great. What have you been up to, dude? Are you kind of still taking it easy with the weather?
Kind of, yeah. It was colder than crap here today. Yeah, we're gonna head out Tuesday to start on a job, and then we'll go back and finish it after I get back from vacation after Christmas. So,
can you work when it's frozen? I mean, do you need a tillable ground?
No. No,
Everything's above ground.
I need it to be above freezing because the way our jacks work and everything, we've done it before and it sucks. Stuff freezes up and breaks and it's no fun. But it's supposed to be in the 40s, 50s next week.
Harder, I guess, in the cold. Your equipment wears a lot harder in the cold.
It's just harder on everything. So.
Paul Mike, where is it 72? In Alabama, I'm in North Alabama, and it's in the 50s. It's mild here.
Shane, how's your oven? Did you try it out yet?
And Shane, I saw it in your truck.
Yes, Jesse. That was, I felt like I won the internet with that one.
That was a nice looking piece. How does it feel?
Here comes awesome.
Ed Harrison.
It's awesome.
What's up, Ed? How are you, brother?
I'm hurting, Javon, but I'm alive, brother.
You still not feeling any better?
My back, my hips hurting real bad.
Oh, damn, dude. I hate that.
Just another day, brother. I got something.
Are you comfortable now, or do you sit in pain? What's up, Mere Salt?
Mayor, I'm gonna try for one of those camo SMFs tomorrow, if I remember.
Thank you, Javon.
You got it. Awesome, dude. Dr. Drew saying hey to you. Dude, I'm glad it came in. I was wondering about it.
I about done cut myself with it 3 or 4 times.
You got to be careful with it. You got to, once you get used to it, because I've got a couple of them, and I got to where I could use it. It's a small knife, but it's a sharp. Got it sharp.
Yeah, I didn't know it was hologram.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty deep hollow for what they're able to do.
What's up, brother Scotch?
Not much, man. How you been?
All right, man. Hanging in there.
It's funny, Paul Mike. They're coming out with the NIP XL, but B Shady in here I sent him some black
Spring
hardware
focus.
that I had for the nip. His Jaeger has black hardware on it, and he did a side-by-side picture on his Instagram, and it looks like a mini Jaeger. But they're coming out with, let me see if I can find it here. Let's see if he put it on Instagram. I know they did a video on it. I didn't. Let's see.
What you playing with?
I don't see it on Instagram yet,
What
but
you
it
got
looks
in your
like.
hand?
Go ahead, bud.
I asked Scott, what do you got in his hand?
Oh, this is O'Brien Blades. Scorpio L.
Who?
O'Brien.
God, there's so many makers that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on the line. I'll talk
He's
to
like
you later.
Donnie, you know, does them by hand.
I said, I'm on the live. I'll
Slowly
talk to
getting
you.
the equipment.
That's a beautiful knife. What's the handle material? Is that titanium just done in an interesting way, or is it
This
carbon?
one's a dark Timascus, and then black micarta.
Oh my God, dude. Kevin Smith and Oz, howdy, buddy. Howdy, channel member. Yeah, that's what
No.
it's called, Crazy Roach. It's a Nip L. And I do think if you're not already a Jaeger owner, or even if you are, it's going to be a good knife because the Nip is the winner. I bought 3 of them.
Okay. Sorry, my freaking phone wrong. It was Derek.
But I'm trying to, again, I'm not buying anything right now, but I'm trying to focus more on, like you'll see out here, I don't think I've got any. Some of my fixed blades are going to be imports out there, but I'm trying to focus more on I'll never be in the custom world until I get fully back established working like I was before. But I am going to focus more on just certain knives. I'm not going to get caught up. I want to try them.
I've had that one about a year now.
I'm in a quandary because, like I was saying earlier, I'm not buying knives like I used to, which was great. So I'm reaching out to companies. That's one of the reasons I kind of want to keep my lives a little cleaner where it's not offending people. Because like Kaiser said, they might want to do something. I don't mind them coming on and showing knives. It's content for people who buy Kaisers. And when I started collecting, that's really all I bought.
Trying to
But
get Jim on band.
in terms of what I'm into, it's just kind of changed, right? So, and I'm real hesitant because I got organization. What's that?
Is 5-door in here?
I haven't seen him. Somebody's saying, "Hey, yeah, he's here."
5-door, you owe me money for that stupid pen. How can we get one of those? Autumn Wind. He is on Instagram under O'Brien Blades and Facebook under. He's got his own Facebook group.
I carried it today, Richard, and I was going to show it tonight. I'm going to make myself big for one set. This knife was a surprise. It came to me from Kaiser. I guess they want to let me see these EDC fixed blades, but this is the most impressive Kaiser fixed blade I've experienced. If you want a bigger knife, because this knife is not bigger long wise, it's a small EDC knife, but it's got a thick spine. It's got thick G10 handles, or you can get micarta, and it's got a thick blade that you can really whack with. It is Nitro V, and it's an Azo design. So that being said, when I put it in my back pocket, which it came with one of those ulti clips, so it's designed to be mounted on your belt, which if you, or excuse me, with a tech lock clip. So if you like carrying them on your belt, it's a great carry. I will carry them in my back pocket, and it's a little thick, but it's not too thick to carry. I like it. And for less than $60, well, from anywhere, I sent my buddy Lee, I can't think of his last name, Lee Scott, a link today on Amazon. They start like at $53 for G10. Then they've got it in micarta for like, I don't know, maybe 60. And then they've got them for like 67 with a wood handle. But it's a good little knife for what it is. Another good, inexpensive fixed blade is the Vosteed Mink in Nitro V. It's much thinner,
Come on
So
in, Shane.
it's not going to be, yeah, Shane, let me know and I'll send you a link. It's not going to be as much of a bruiser as the hair, but it's definitely a slicer.
Shane sent me a picture this morning. He was pissing in people's Cheerios last night.
In which lies? Oh, was he over there with Ben and Lefty? I didn't go in. I was trying to make content.
I had to go back and watch it. I watched it after the fact after he texted me this morning.
I'm going to watch it. I'll go back and watch it because I wanted to watch it. But what I did, my buddy A to Z, who's got a great collection. As a matter of fact, I've already recorded this, but you'd like this scotch. This is his. Look at the handle on this. Whoops.
Oh, Lamech?
Yeah, look at the handle on that. Floating backspacer, Damascus, little whippersnapper. I'd never even looked at these knives, but the ergonomics on this, do you own any of these?
I don't. I've been close a handful of times to pulling the trigger on them, but just never have.
Have you handled one?
Never even touched one. And the sad thing is, I saw them at Smoky Mountain Knife Works when I was there, and I was going to just touch them so I could, but you know how that place is. It's just a frenzy in you.
It's crazy, but this is a small knife, and he's a huge guy, but that choil and the ergonomics, and I think they make a bigger version of this, but I'm very impressed with this. I think they're made here. But this knife is his. Anyway, he went out of town for a few days, and I said, hey, dude, let me borrow one of your cases. Now, he's got big cases with heroes and all his really good shit, but he's got a small case that has about 30 knives in it that are all nice knives, but they're just littler, like this Warncliffe Malibu, which I've had 2 reverse Tantos, but I've never had a Warncliffe. Never really thought I wanted one. I love this blade better. It's slicier. It's got better geometry. But anyway, I'm trying to go through and catalog and make overviews of all his knives because I struggle for content. Used to be when I was working full time doing my whole corporate deal, I was buying knives every week. So I always had stuff to film, right? I had stuff always coming in. So now I'm really having to kind of come up with concepts. I'm not real creative. So I'm having to come up with things to do. And it's just a pain in the ass. Because I want to keep it to one a day. I don't want to drop off and not release a video a day.
That's why we need to get you doing that online dating. So you can just start.
How would I convert that to an EDC audience though? That's the whole thing. I don't want to
just watch it for the fun.
Yeah, but man, the bad part of that, there's one word in there that's bad. That Mr. Eddie, that's what I want to go back and see. But when y'all watch lives, because I was texting with somebody who was keeping me up to breast with this, and I was when I watch a live back, I only see super chats or chats that, like, when I put them on the screen, they'll show up on the recorded version. But is there a way to see the chat that was live when you go back and watch it? Is there a setting on YouTube I'm not aware of?
Somebody, G-Ball showed me how Javante's 2 dots in the chat. If you put your finger on the 2 dots and drag it over from the right to the left, on the live, it'll show up all the chat.
But when you're watching it back, like if I want to go back and watch the drama from last night, will I be able to see the entire chat, or will I only see the chat that I put on the screen or they put on the screen?
So you see the whole chat, everything. If you tap the 2 dots, put your finger on the 2 dots on the right.
Was it about?
And drag it from the right to the left, all the chat will come up from the whole stream.
Mike Daily Carey, it's funny you said that. Go ahead, Pocket Mill. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just going to say, my drama is that Javon has removed my infinite permissions, and I can no longer highlight comments.
You can't, but you can also, you're in timeout because you acted up 2.5 weeks ago.
What did I do 2.5 weeks ago? First of all, how's that 2.5 weeks?
You changed my name, which was fine. But you kept blocking me out when I was trying to end the stream with my tunes. You kept coming in fucking with people. You might not remember.
I do remember. It was.
But I feel like it's whack-a-mole. So I thought, well, I'll put him in timeout because, like I said earlier,
look at that. People. Everyone remembered how amazingly funny that was for me to sing about Javon liking to eat ass. I believe it's like this.
It's funny. It was like,
Javon eats that ass.
I'm not saying it's not funny.
Javon likes to eat ass.
I'll
I
give
was
it
even
to
gonna
you.
make a new one. I did 2 weeks of Javon liking to eat ass, but you know, I was gonna switch it up to we need to get Javon some ass to eat.
That's what we were just talking about. Scotch thinks I need to do a dating show, but the whole flaw with that is it requires dating.
Motherfucker took away my goddamn
Let's see,
ability to
I
highlight
didn't
y'all's
take it away.
comments.
You don't have to
We all
worry
know
about it.
Javon
We will set up
sucks.
the dating profile for you.
We know Javon sucks at paying attention to the people. Everyone appreciates that I actually read the comments, and now I can't show you that I'm paying attention, guys,
You could tell
because
even
Javon's
like
upset because
Mikey, I was going to reply to. Mikey, I've been watching a video that this guy talks about using Chat GPT to help with you just say, I need a keyword rich SEO description for the video, and you put in the title of the video, and then it shows you a little, I'll send you the form. It's just like 4 things. You put your audience and who the genre is, and mine's EDC and outdoors, whatever. And it writes a little description. So
everyone, I need you to type in the chat free pocket metal from this restriction.
you're gonna be freed, buddy. You just can't. You can't when it gets late and I'm in, because right now I'm just into my.
I can't even. I wish I could. Look, Jess says I'm canceled. Fucking.
You're not canceled. You still got a wrench. You still got your wrench.
Yeah, but I don't use that.
Pocket Metal's
Everyone's
not in
got a wrench.
timeout. Shane.
It's okay.
He
I need to be painting anyways.
was
Work on
pulled
this.
for one. He
Painting
never used it.
The up day.
He didn't want to use it, which I was like, dude, why not use it? And because I guess it's easier to use your own, I'm sure, but I wanted him to use it so he could do his logos, his art and stuff. Then he wasn't using it, but he was just, which is fine to rib on me, but late at night when I'm fucking old.
I didn't just use it to rib on you. I used it so I could highlight comments. So that way the people felt that they were being, that people were getting attention, that
he's not
that we were watching and saw their comments, because you suck at that. Sometimes you'll leave the same comment up on your screen for like an hour.
But see, now I've got it fixed up. If you can see right over here, I've got my iPad. It's just reading the chat, but I'm not sharing screens. I've got a monitor on the way, a little small one, to see if it works. But I think I've got to just stay in the chat, have the conversation. And no, Pocket Metal is only in a little timeout. Scotch was never. I can only add one moderator.
Yeah, Scotch has never had the unfeathered power in which I once had.
Scotch, type something in the chat. I want to see if you've got a wrench. So if you do, I can pull it.
I don't know. So you can pull it?
I'm kidding. No, I want everybody to have wrenches, right? And again, it goes back to just use them to help yourself, help your friends, promote stuff that's good for you, that's good for the community.
Talked about Be Up Day yet?
We have not yet. We're waiting to talk about Be Up Day. And Stevie, if you're in here and you want to come up and do a little Be Up Day talk, we can do that. Cool. I'm stoked about it. Wednesday coming up. Talk about it, Pocket Metal. Fill us in on the latest.
I once again, I still know there's do you have the I can bring up Instagram and share the thing that Stevie
and Stevie, you're welcome to jump up if you'd like to talk. And if there still needs to be like a little private what I call a WebEx, but a StreamYard, because I don't have WebEx, or just to chat it out.
I can't. Oh yeah, I can.
You can share it. You can do everything you can do except fuck with me and highlight comments.
Javon's being just a little sad, just because I was trying to help him out. We were just letting people know that Javon likes to eat ass.
We just can't,
and that's okay.
People with Javon's multiple personalities. 1 week he's wanting to burn everything to the ground, and the next week he wants.
I did see that. And I'll tell you real quickly, Shane's post teared me up because I could tell how he felt writing it, and I'll just leave it at that. Ahead, now let me make this go away so we can see you.
So that is the knife that Shane made. So before Jason passed away, when and obviously Shane would be able to tell his story better, so he's more than welcome to. But he had asked,
He's got a link.
Or Jason knew Shane was going to be making stuff, and Jason wanted to get in on that, so he was going to be the first knife that Shane made, and this is what he had asked for. And Shane, it took him a little bit because of the emotional ties, obviously, and so now it is finished, and it's got scales from Pro-X, it's got a sheath from Lancelot leather, and it is going to be auctioned off. And Kyle sharpened it too, so it wouldn't have some janky Shane. No, I'm just joking. Anywho, it will be auctioned off on Wednesday. To all proceeds going to Jason's family, which is awesome. So that is one of the things, and we are hoping that people spread this around so people actually know, outside the people who already do know about it. I sent it to Big Red, and I'm going to try to ask him if he can speak about it tomorrow on his live stream. I haven't spoke to Big Red in so long, but hoping he does a live stream. I don't know if it's going to be an early one or not.
And Zach, you need to reach out to Zach, because I know y'all talk a lot. I haven't seen Zach or
Zach shared it in his stories. I sent it to Zach, and yeah, I'll talk to Zach as well. And then be like, hey, here's the deal. Sorry about that. I just woke up and I'm having an energy drink.
Well, also, we want to. I think just not only keep Jason's light alive through, which just through conversation, just being together, but also bring attention to the fund that's set up for Nora. That Bearded Doom was kind enough to set up. Talk about the Be Up store, not just push it, but just make people aware, because people come into the community, and unfortunately, a lot of the newer people didn't get a chance to have him be the first person to greet you when you came into a live stream and make you feel comfortable. But
yeah,
that was the guy that he was, and I know listening to Stevie when y'all hear him talk, because Stevie and Pocket Metal talked with him much more than I did. He and I had a skateboarding thing where we would talk about his days running from cops in parking garages on skateboards, which I just find freaking awesome. But just to keep his memory alive, and that there is still a beautiful family who if there's kindness to be doled out, better send it to them than to any of us that are making content. Just my thoughts.
Take it off the screen, Javon, so everybody can see each other.
Yeah.
Pocket Metal's got to take it down. I think. No, he doesn't.
No, you can hit stop screen.
I did.
What was I going to say? So yeah, so it's in the previous years, we've kind of been possibly a little bit more organized, and with this day, but every year there's different things happening. But
I bet you this is the
so
best
we're gonna do the live streams are gonna be Wednesday on Matisfaction, and then depending upon how long and whatever, Stevie asked me if I would also do. Just go live for people to come on and then talk and shit after Maddie's done. So I'm gonna, whatever time that is, I'll continue the
festivities, the celebration.
Yeah, after that. So, and also the reason it's on Wednesday is that was Jason's birthday. So, but yeah, and hopefully I'm trying to get this paint done.
Are we starting at Maddie's normal time and then
It's 3:15 my time. I don't know what the hell time that is for everyone else. So I'm on the West Coast. It'll be 3:00 ish my time.
so you might be going live at 6:00 your time, 7:00 your time?
Yeah. It all honestly, it's just going to be like an open-ended thing. People,
Right.
as long as Maddie wants to have it running on his stream, that's
Until he has to go. Well, the only reason I say that, thinking out loud, not caring, but knowing it could be, because I think part of it is continuing to talk to different people about Jason and about Norris Fund and about just how we can all be better by being a little bit more like Jason. And
yeah, definitely.
since I'm on a different coast, if you get like, if Maddie wants to get off and it gets to be 10:30, there's still people in there and you want to eat your time, dude, I stay up all night long. I don't mind doing it for 12 hours to bring awareness to him.
It'll continue to go. Oh shit.
Brand new American, what's up? Nolly Charlie, howdy, buddy.
So, and then there's some stuff some other people donated as well. And once again, all money will be going to his family. It's I can't remember exactly what is being auctioned off, but there's some other things. Hopefully we can get some pictures and share some stuff before the event of everything that's happening. I'm terrible.
I have a pretty cool story.
I just woke up. Sorry.
About some a company that is that I reached out to, that I work with, that I was just looking for something kind of basic, and they just wanted to know they wanted to donate directly to the fund. And I found out afterwards, talking to Stevie, that they have done that before, and they are very generous. They're probably the most overly charitable knife company. When things have happened, they've been the first to step forward in a lot of cases. And I was directed to the owner, who was just like, please send me the link. Please send me the link. I'm familiar, and we want to contribute. We want to help. And that's just because they know from all of us what a positive influence he still is.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the drones flying over the East Coast? I've heard some really weird things. Do y'all remember me telling y'all about the incoming alien invasion? That weird thing that
it happened here. Don't you guys? It happened here 4 or 5 years ago. They started from like the Colorado border and moved through Nebraska, and no one knew what the hell was going on.
Kyle posted something. I don't know if that's in relation to something, but he said, "Let me know when you're ready."
Who did?
Kyle.
Kyle's ready anytime. What we're going to do is he's going to come on and do some sharpening stuff.
Gotcha.
And talk about how he kind of preps for a sharpening job, kind of help people out. And I'm going to make him big, and we're going to kind of sit off on the side. But one of them crashed today, allegedly, because there was in New Jersey, there was a crash in the woods. It was reported that one of the drones went down. They immediately roped off the area and secured a huge area. They said people in hazmat suits, and they had video of this, the people parked out around the perimeter, all types of law or enforcement. The FBI was there, and a bunch of first responders, ambulances, and firefighters. So they're in the woods for 3 hours. Then they start leaving, and the reporter says that she'd questioned several firefighters coming out when they were going to their trucks and said, "What'd y'all find in there?" And they were all saying they could not or would not. It was the same line. We're not at his disclosure to talk about it. So is it our government doing something? I've heard rumors, and I don't know, this is just total rumors, about an Iranian ship off the coast launching drones, which to me is crazy, because I know we have the power to hit a switch and fuck up the control, whatever's controlling the drones, and they all crash. Don't we? Don't we have like some kind of electrical interference?
Okay, I got Kyle sent me something that's actually like something that's we know is a real thing.
Okay.
It has absolutely nothing to do with what you're talking about. Damn it. For fuck's sake. I can't
Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? I'm gonna...
No, Instagram on the computer doesn't allow certain types of messages to go through for some reason. Because it's stupid, I guess. I don't know. So
Very, very possible. I haven't seen them here, but I heard that they were in Indiana too. So can you not show it, or can I show it from here?
No. It's he sent me a message on Instagram, but the version of it that they allow you to use doesn't allow for group photos to be sent.
Is it something you can read, or is it just pictures?
It's photos. So I have seen this before, but I was kind of uncertain as to how this works. But maybe Kyle can explain it when he comes on, which would be helpful, and then you can show it as well. How about that, Kyle? When you pop on here, then you can give us a little rundown. I know that there's a piece of art from Demonoc. There is some. Let's see. I got my fucking glasses now. I can't read anything.
Joe's doing some stuff, I believe, too, for the draw.
Yes. So there's some stuff that he made. There's art from Demonoc, and then there's something.
You have very descriptive language. I've seen you in the chats.
He's not on a computer, so he can't share it. All right, let me see. I'll download the images and then send them to my Dropbox. And then load it.
Mimo, that's funny. That's very good. PMI, can I email you? Says brother Kyle Coonley. He might save you from downloading them.
It's fine. I'm already downloaded all of it.
Charlie says hi, Scotchy Things. He's watching Pornhub on his phone.
What's up? No, I'm talking to Todd Heater.
5-door. Kyle Coonley, update the software on the TS Prof and you can stream from there. Yeah, they're not saying it's aliens that I've heard, Mimo. It's just some of the, there's so many people that make content off everything that's tinfoil hat to reality, right?
I know that that's all y'all talking about, but I had something pop up a while ago where there was a massive explosion in China. Don't know exactly. It popped up today on my phone.
Oh, really?
Don't know. Other than that, all I know is there's a massive explosion in China. Okay.
The powerful blast rocks residential high rise in southern China.
Oh, I don't. I just missed out on that last one because I was not paying attention.
I wonder if it was gas. Let's see what it says.
No, I didn't read up on it, so I don't know. I don't know anything.
I'm reading it right now, buddy. It's not share worthy because there's no pictures.
That's fine.
It was a high rise residential building though, which makes me think if they use gas or something like that, or somebody was just going crazy. Yeah, source not behind it. I totally agree because I would think. Yeah, I just had heard that somewhere, and I was just wondering if y'all did, but I think that's pretty much disputed or debunked. But somebody was saying that they were as big as a garage, that they're really big, and the area that they were looking in was kind of overgrown between like two interstates, a big tree, grassy, thick place, but there was like a highway running on each side coming to a V. And they were all up in that shit, which they would think if it went down, they said landed, the people watching, it would be something that's easy to. There's Kyle.
I have it. Can you see the screen, Kyle?
I got a delay, but give me a second.
All right, pocket metal. Is this it right here?
Nope. That's just Kyle's thing. I'll take that down. That's just Kyle sending me weird shit.
All right, I'm about to show it. Then I'll make him big. If he's going to talk about anything big.
No, I'm good. Just go ahead and do your thing right now.
So this is like the little description thing. I have that down there. I guess, and this shows everything on it.
Yeah.
What I'm slightly confused, or I don't know, is so the artwork from Demonoc, did he tell you how big it is so people know?
I can go back and look. It's I want to say 16 by 20 maybe. It's a decent size, and I think Patina's is going to be 16 by 24 on some specialty paper that it's a print that I don't know exactly the names off the top of my head. He's going to a print house to have it done.
Does it start with a G?
No, it's F. Fuji something or other.
Okay.
So
yeah, so that's the 16 by 20 is the same size as this painting that I was holding up, just so people have that's a 16 by 20, so that's how big that will be from Demonoc. See, that's
the top left, right?
Yes. So it's hard, and I have separate images of all those downloaded here. I will add up here.
Yeah, Patina's doesn't show the full image on that little
I will
main page.
Is there a page that came from, or is that just a printout? Is that off the web anywhere where we could share that?
No, I created that page with all
of
the bundles.
I got you.
Remind me.
So there is Demonoc's thing down at the bottom, Javon.
Thanks.
And this is an image that was downloaded off Instagram, and Instagram compresses the shit out of everything. So if it's a little pixely looking, that's why. It obviously is a painting, so it's not going to be pixely looking. But so there's Demonox, very awesome. And that's why I didn't want to say anything, is because I don't know how big stuff is, and that kind of makes a difference.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna stop this one. I'm gonna bring up another thing here.
I'm watching for it.
And this is the photo that Patina did.
That's gorgeous. Is that of a plane or off of a mountain?
It looks, it's what it looks like. It looks like when you're looking out over a cliff sometimes.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like there's any distortion of a window. That's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I got details on that. Give me 1 second. I'll be able to read it off here to you. All right. Patina says he's trying to do 16 by 24 on fine archival Fujinon paper. It's going to be backed with styrene. He may try to up it to masonite if he can swing it.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but that's what he said.
That it will be like not a floppy piece of paper.
Right. I'm sure it's going to be quality.
Super, super nice paper that won't age and won't discolor and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I assumed that would be the case.
Yeah, it's not a cheap way of printing things. All right, and then the other, bring it up. Gotta share the little thing. Here we go. There you go, Javon.
Joe stuff.
Yeah. Now, some of that is. Do you have the list of how that's made, Kyle?
I can pull it up. Give me 1 second.
So all these things that we've shown is going to be like one package that people.
Yeah, that's one bundle for all that. So the pyrography, it's a 700-year-old walrus tusk ivory. The other one is mammoth ivory with acrylic dots. Then we have the glow one is mammoth ivory with acrylic. Then we have Westinghouse paper. I can't read that. The Westinghouse paper, Osage orange, mammoth ivory, and vintage Micarta red for the other piece. and then the other jank is Mammoth Ivory, Westinghouse paper, purple and orange G10, and copper coral fat carbon. So some not cheap materials and some pretty cool handiwork.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool handiwork. I can attest to that.
And I'm throwing in a measly 2 sharpenings.
God, Kyle, can't you step it up?
Yeah, you know.
I'm just joking. All right.
So
Damn,
that's
that's
a
hard.
pretty damn awesome bundle.
Yes, a lot of art, a lot of awesome stuff, and then some stuff from Kyle.
Thanks.
Hey, I just found some of that recovered drone footage. If y'all were curious.
Not really. Show what you want. It's your show, buddy.
Oh, Lord.
This looks like a fucking graveyard.
That's me flying my little shitty drone. It's about to crash, but I won't make y'all watch that.
I thought you
It's
were
got a
shooting.
little 1880K. What's up, Bad Yako? It's got a little 1880K camera on it that fucking lags like a motherfucker. So I fly it without the camera, but that thing is an Amazon drone. It's not like one of those. What are those nice ones you were talking about? Pocket metal, honey something,
No, DJI.
DJI. I saw an Instagram thing today, and I didn't click on it because it looked shady. It didn't look shady. It was legit from them that they were looking for people to test them out. To click here to,
Yeah,
enter
it's
your
not real.
information. I didn't think so. But when I went to the page that posted it, the ad page, it was their site.
Hello,
That is Fed Patina. That is Fed scotching things. Who's off probably, what do you call it? Butt chugging some scotch. And then you've got Kyle Coonley down here getting ready to do a
Who
little
says
how to do the get ready to get your shit sharp demonstration.
Could you make that at least like so it's all the lines are horizontal and it's not all janky looking?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Kyle. That's
Shut
just
up.
that's just crooked as hell.
Well, and he's
You're
still
crooked as hell.
he still is not. He's either got his phone locked in portrait mode or he's not
Yeah.
holding
No,
it
it's-
sideways.
So what I did was I had it sideways and then it showed up vertical on your stream. And my phone is unlocked in my orientation. I tried it before I got on. So for some reason it's not allowing it to do that.
That's bizarre because I have to make sure I do mine horizontal, and that's just an iPhone picture there. And if I do it and it happens to click back to portrait, it looks fine. We can't see your knees though. That sucks.
Yeah, well. They'll be
Got to
okay with that money.
multitask, Stevie. Got to multitask.
So if anyone had questions, feel free to throw those out there before I start on anything.
Was it
Stevie?
midnight? I didn't think it was midnight. I don't know. Like I said, I woke up at 6:15, 6:30 or something today.
What's weird is, and I've told this, I won't go
11
into
o'clock in the
detail,
morning.
but my schedules have totally flipped. I'm a zombie all day. I don't sleep all day, but I try to get 6 or 7 hours, but I'm a zombie all day till about 8 or 9 o'clock. Then I somehow come to life. It's weird. I don't change when I take my meds, nothing chemical. It's just I've somehow flip-flopped my BS. Paul Might says, Kyle, is it true if you don't use it, you lose it?
Yes, that is correct.
That is absolutely false. Coming from
False.
one who knows.
Oh,
Well, I guess if you use it by yourself,
false.
Good Lord.
I thought we were behaving tonight.
we are.
Yeah.
That was gentle. That was
Did-
gentle.
did-
And we
did-
are.
did-
And I
hey,
want
wait, wait.
to take a quick
John ask
second.
Dave,
No, you guys are being. This is awesome. This is not talking over each other. This is going through stuff. Talking.
I
about-
love that you talk about talking over each other because last time I did a show on Monday, holy shit.
Well, dude, you know that's just one of the, I guess you call it the occupational hazards of dealing with me. I can't control myself, and certain ways I wish I could. And I can sit quietly.
Sometimes you do amaze me. What's funny is when Brant ends up being the best behaved person on a stream. And that happens quite a bit.
Kyle, there's a question
Definitely.
from Stevie. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I don't know if you can read the screen or if you want me to read it to you.
Go for it.
What angle do I set my pull-through sharpener at to sharpen my van opener?
Well, if you have a opener for your van, then maybe take it down by the river, and I go about 45 degrees.
What did you buy, Shane?
Heat treat oven.
No, an advent calendar.
Yeah.
the candy in those suck.
Try the oven out yet.
I saw something about that, but I didn't dig into it. I've been terrible about jumping into streams. I'll jump into chains. I jump into the honey pot. I won't be going to Taco Bell tonight. Newsflash. You won't see the Taco Bell emblem on the screen, but I will be watching instead Stevie and playing it by ear if there's going to be any kind of afterthought.
Pocket metal.
What up?
That means we have no post Mexican pizza toilet paper dance.
Oh, okay. That's what that was. I was so confused, but it freaked me out. I have a problem with patterns that repeat like that, and especially when they're attached to people's skin or something. I don't know. It's a fucking. I forget what the hell the problem is called.
Especially doing a song request.
Freaks me the fuck out.
Javon, is this thing on bearings or washers?
Hold on, it's on bearings. It's on skiffs, actually. That bad boy has got skiff
no.
bearings. There's a video where I put the skiffs in it. A disassembly video. It's very easy to disassemble. S90V.
Oh,
Very fidgety, very slicey.
Yeah, and it's a great fifth pocket knife. I don't know if you carry a small knife with your primary carry. I don't know if I'd carry it as a primary carry, but it's definitely a great fifth pocket knife. Like I said, I like the design so much. I bought 3 of them. And I bought 3 of them.
Sorry, I ain't put your money in the mail yet, but it'll be in there. I promise.
Dude, I'm in there. Don't worry. Ed, not even thinking about it. What's up, Messer? Good morning. Good
Well,
morning.
Before I share anything else, Javon, I do have something to show Scotch. I don't know if he would be interested, but
I want to make you big.
if he is, it's gonna hurt his wallet.
Let's see how much Scotch can take.
Oh, you suck.
What is that?
It's Euro.
No.
Oh, that's a
custom
Martin.
RJ. One of
Yeah,
2.
I'm so used to just seeing the collabs because those are so.
Say it again, Kyle. I didn't hear you. What is it?
Custom
RJ
RJ
Martin.
Martin. One of 2.
I'm talking over each other. I can't hear what one. Say it again.
It is a custom RJ Martin
RJ.
overkill.
What do you want for it?
It's not mine. I can't afford that. Are you kidding me?
Are
But
you just sharpening it?
yeah, it came in today, but it is going up for sale once I'm done with it.
Does he want to trade?
No, he needs money. He needs the money. Well, I don't know if he needs the money, but he wants to sell it. I will get you in contact with the gentleman if you're interested in it.
Well, I told my wife I'd be good and wouldn't buy anything until after the first of the year.
No, I didn't $5. I just said,
But I'd be curious on price.
I
What
would say
you guess? I mean, would you guess 5,000 or much less?
not much less, but less.
In the 3s?
Yeah.
too much.
Because that's a
moolah.
handmade knife, right? If it's one
Yeah.
of 2.
Yeah. I'd say it's in probably in the mid 3s.
Stevie, let me know if you want a link, buddy. You're welcome to come in and help educate anything you know about Wednesday. Add to what Pocket Metal shared. Where'd Pocket Metal go?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you
No.
are.
I had to go grab some stuff to work.
3,000, 25 to 3,000. Okay.
It's going to be a little bit more than that.
What's special about that one? I mean, it's one of 2, so it's the rarity, right? It looks like it had a recurve too.
Yeah, it's recurve, and it's also got the black Timascus ghost clip on it. I mean, it's an RJ. I mean, that's all really needs to be said for the price points.
Good looking knife, but that's a lot of money.
So I don't know what happened with the Jack Wolf stuff, but I've seen another development in this is kind of hilarious shit happening in that same realm. So Jack Wolf's always been, overpriced for their overseas made slip joints as far as I was concerned. A lot of people, like them, whatever, that's fine. But then Finch, who, okay, I've always thought that their price range for their, regular knives was okay, but they decided to come out with a slip joint now that's like damn near fucking Jack Wolf knives.
I looked at it. I like the styling of it. Dude.
Oh, you got to go watch that. Shane, not to beat on this dead horse, but because we've talked about it, but Shane got him going last night and he texted me. So I went back and watched it this morning. Actually, not this morning.
Where was it on? Does it do live streams or something?
Lefty went live again last night for the first time in a while.
Today for one of my kids' phones. So I watched that.
Well, now back to does that guy do live streams?
No, he was on Kevin's.
Talking shit at.
He was on
Lefty's live.
Okay.
He lives there. But hey, say what you will. But the excuses that he gives for not telling people who makes his knives, or it's because he wants to
around for a while, buddy.
His quality and his knives cost that much, and he won't give out. And it's just these circles. He just spins these circles.
Because he doesn't want people to know that he should.
He doesn't want it. It won't be this or that, or because they'd be upset if they compare it. They compare it to other makers who make just this nonsense. Just nonsense.
Again, I'm not taking up for the knife, but it's different by a lot of ways. If you look at it right next to the QSP Hawk, and I did a video saying, in my opinion, the QSP, not the Hawk, the QSP traditional pocket knives Hedgehog, in my opinion, was a better overall value. But when you look at both of those knives side by side, there are very distinctive differences in the way the blades finished, the way the handles are finished, the way the back spring lines up with the blade. I don't know what that costs. I don't know what that's
made. No one's saying that the quality's not there, but he's charging for them. Like Pocket Metal's got. I know you got a couple custom slip joints, right? We've talked about you had that one guy make you.
What's fair? What's fair?
Different
what do you think is fair?
I don't know. I mean, if you can get how much were your handmade custom slip joints, Pocket Metal?
Oh, that's so for instance, that's from a dude in England, but it's not, I'm not saying it's like perfect made by any means.
And usually a custom handmade knife's not going.
I'm not taking up for Ben. I'm starting a conversation, brother. The link is in your Instagram, buddy.
But I mean that once again, that even
I'm not taking up for Ben. I'm just starting a conversation.
Come on in, Shane. Let's get the battle royale going.
No, we're not going to have that.
Even stuff made in America is cheaper. So that's where I'm saying it doesn't like add up.
And I'm not talking about Jack Wolf, but what is like, and I don't want to know what you make, Scotch, but if you start a business and you've got a pro forma, a business plan, what is considered
is charging what he can get away with.
What the market will bear. What the market will bear.
I'm just saying say that.
No, but what the market will bear. So he sells out, just like Hinder's not as much anymore. And Red made a weird video. I don't know if y'all saw that. It was kind of a downtrodden video.
You can still find they don't sell out the same.
I'll say it again one last. You just asked me about a business question, so I will say I'll give you a business answer. If he was an American business, he would have to incur costs like rent, insurance, all sorts of insurance, workers' comp insurance for his employees, limited liability insurance, insurance on the building, all sorts of insurances. He'd have to pay
FICA.
personal property taxes. You'd have
You're
to pay.
talking about the difference in making something, and think of
But you-
any other reseller in the country.
You can't.
Car
say that-
dealerships.
Huh?
Car dealerships, any other retailer, if you take it out of the knife world,
Mm-hmm.
anybody that's not making it here, dealing with all those regulations that are buying a product.
But they're still, and he said, they gave the example. Well, it's the American Postman is delivering it. The shipping companies, the blah blah. They were giving all these American companies that they're benefiting from their knives getting shipped to them and this and that, and it was just.
But there's just a few marketers, Edgy, and I don't disagree with that. Did you find
It
your
was,
link?
it was
Or do I need to
nonsense
send it again?
because
I'm
you
sorry, go
mentioned car
ahead.
dealers. Okay, say it's Toyotas are made here now, but say it's a car dealer. What do you want to know? They have employees, right? They're still paying all those taxes.
And he
Okay.
has one employee. He has one employee.
Toyotas
and
are
that's
made in
two.
America.
That's true, Scott.
The
Stevie.
horse
Let's
is
talk
beating
about
the shit.
Stevie's clip. Stevie, do you want me to send you a link, buddy? And you can come talk about Jason Brown Day. I can
I
have
think
a
people would leave him alone if he would tell them where he was and quit saying like it's worth it or it's this and that. Just say you want to make a living. Just say no,
is there
dude.
no validity? Is there, and I'm asking a question, is there no validity to wanting to keep your source secret like quiet carry so other people don't flock to them and maybe offer them a better margin because they want knives made? And then makes your knives or your business plan releasing a new knife every month no longer possible or no longer viable. I just don't know. I just ask questions because I don't know.
Quiet carrying. I don't know. I don't think people really care about the where in Taiwan was. It's Cold Steel. It's Spyderco. It's
My
no one-
favorite Spydercos come from Taichung.
Yeah,
Nothing
no one
against
is
Golden.
saying. No one is the Taiwan stuff. No one's cares about that. Like it's good quality, but they don't care because no one's hiding like these OEMs. They know it's who are they, and they're probably all coming out of either Spyderco's plant or Cold Steels or whoever else is over there.
Edgy, you've got 2 links now, Goob. Yeah, and I learned that the Flytanium Arcade, which is the first knife to license the Shark Lock, is also made side by side to the AD 20.5. And what was amazing to me is if you look at those knives, even though one has a solid blade and a thumb stud, but you hold them up together, they're almost identical. I think the Flytanium Arcade Flytanium is like an AD 20.6.
That is also
Reeves,
part of the
Hinderer, or
licensing.
Reeves? For me, it's going to be Hinderer because it's a USA made company. This is my buddy A to Z's knife. It's a flipper delete 3-inch. What kind of blade is this, Scotch? Let me make it big. I don't know if it's a slicer or if they call it something else. It's different than my Spanto. What do they call that? Just a drop point?
Just drop. He's got the drop point. He's got a slicer grind. He's got that doesn't have the Spanto tip. So
that is a slicer grind.
no, it's a spear. That's a spear point. Sorry.
Anyway, it was.
Hey, am I all by myself?
You were.
What happened?
But
Something-
anyway,
Did I just magically boot everybody with
this
my
is a
model?
flipper delete model, and it's one that again my buddy bought. It's way too small for him, but the flipper delete makes such a difference on the 3-inch. How you can grip it. I think it's a fantastic knife. But my choice would be the Hinderer, only because it's made in the USA. Reeves is a great knife. I've never owned one. I've thought about them. I know they're very slicey, great knives, but for me, a Hinderer is my preference. Now, Scotch probably has a totally different preference.
What was my choices?
Reeves, Hinderer, or Wee?
Huh. I'd go Chris Reeve, but
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
said a lot of times that's just really honestly, it's a one and done knife. I mean,
it's really all you need. Yeah.
yeah.
Stevie says that's a modified clip point, so you're wrong.
Well, Hinder calls it spear point.
I know. Somebody's
Siobhan,
got
on that arcade, that was part of the licensing agreement. They had to make them the same factory for him to allow it, so that way it would be
Quality
done
control.
correctly.
Yeah, that's what he told me in Tennessee. That's where I got it from, talking to him, telling him I'd gotten one and I was impressed with it. And he kind of smiled.
Also, an update. I am working on setting up an interview with a, I guess, considered former Crucible employee to talk about what all is going on, some behind the scenes things there. It's not all that it seems, and from my understanding, there's 4 bidders currently involved in trying to acquire.
Now, that's interesting, and I'm glad you're having that conversation, because there was a video this afternoon. I won't say his name, but he was talking about a bunch of different stuff. It might have been yesterday, but one of the things people were asking him if he and any other knife makers were considering putting a bid together to try to get Crucible. And he talked about, I guess the price is right around 10 million, but he's convinced that it needs, and I don't know anything about knife making, but he said there's no way we could do it. And he was talking about him and a couple other makers, because it needs probably 40 to 60 million in plant improvement. How can that be for such a small building?
It's not small. It's freaking massive.
Oh, is it? I mean, can you see
yeah.
that same thing, Kyle? I mean, Kyle, that it would need, that's kind of a realistic way to get it up and to get it functioning right?
It's
You have to
completely
do infrastructure.
it's completely dilapidated. It has but they're only using part of the building because some of it's actually like almost condemnable. I mean, it's just not operational. Then you also have, there's potential EPA violations and some other things that could hurt the cost and operationally for
Five Door, that's the video I'm referring to.
Did you ask Kyle if he thought it was a reasonable amount of money to fix a building?
Yes. Shane, I'm not disagreeing at all. I just got to go back and watch it. I kind of stay out of them.
Just side question here. I mean, I guess
I didn't hear the question.
Said, what do you know about renovating buildings?
Shane, that was the funniest thing. I about fucking pissed my pants.
I know operations of pretty large companies and infrastructure.
I'd be interested because he had talked about buying a knife company a year or two ago. Or not a knife company.
There's more to that story, and I'm not debating that the Chinese market's not cutting into all of that business. But Crucible filed for bankruptcy in 2009, was bought by another company. From what I've heard, they've never really run efficiently, and they haven't reinvested in the company. So there's probably more than just one, and it's terrible for anybody that works there. But newsflash, I lost a middle management job that I had for 8 years just because the economy sucks. So life sucks sometimes. You just got to push through it. And I don't doubt that. I'll have to watch it. I did flip in, or maybe it was one of the thumbnails when I was scrolling through. You know how it captures when you roll over a thumbnail what's going on live that time? And Ben looked stressed. But I'm sure it won't go away, because somebody asked this person that, they were naming other steel companies and said, well, they can just make the steel. And that's when this person said, those are proprietary names. That's the CPM, what that stands for.
Right. But
so somebody could buy that name, like you were saying, Kyle, or the rights, right?
Or they could just make it without the name.
Well, they wouldn't have the direct recipe as far as how they're doing it. It's the basic principle.
Link. Excuse me, Ed. I got to apologize to Ed. I'm trying so much better to spell my language, and I slip up. But Shane, I've sent you 3 links now. Come tell us about it before we go watch it.
Okay.
Give us an idea. Was it early in it? Was it towards the middle of it? Was it towards the end?
Middle. Was probably in the middle of it.
All that stuff. If it does go bankrupt and all that bullshit, all those recipes will be for sale. All that.
That's what I was getting at.
About KFC's secret recipe here. We're talking about making metal.
Yeah, actually, it is very difficult.
But there's a brand.
It-
There's a
it-
brand to it. I mean,
there's a whole process of it, PM. It's
Listen,
not
Yeah.
just slapping this and that together.
Dude, they figured it out. Someone else will be able to figure it out too. It's
I'm
not.
not
It's
saying that, but what I'm saying is if you're going to keep it to the same standards and label with that information, it's their IP. If they don't want to sell it, they don't have to sell it. But
right.
that would go.
but
That would
someone else
go
will come
with
along
the.
with something else. Is all I'm saying. That's
Well,
of
they
similar.
already have. That's why you have Bowler, and that's why you have Carpenter. There are different companies. They make variations. Like that's why 20CV, N390, and 204P are very, very similar.
That's what I'm saying. No one. It's not like the knife industry is gonna fucking come to a goddamn halt because they're not making that version of a steel anymore. It's,
Correct, but they also have steels that other companies aren't making, so that is something in it as well too. The one thing that is interesting is one of
that's what I was
the
talking about, Balrog.
one of the 4 companies interested in the Crucible is another steel manufacturer, and
Can you read
From
that, Kyle? What Terry just said?
let me see.
Air Steel, Carpenter, Elwood, and Universal Stainless all told Niagara Specialty Metals that they could offer all the same steels and the exact chemistry of anything Crucible makes.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're going to tell them what they need to get the business. I mean, Niagara's a huge distributor, so I mean, I'm not saying they can't, but I mean, they'd be silly not to try to step in and take that business either. I mean,
Sure,
whether they can do it or not, it's something that's needs to be seen. But what they're quoting is something that they're just trying to sell. I mean, that's their sales pitch. But,
right. But wouldn't you think with the right testing and R&D that the community and people that are consumers of the said steel would be very critical and very cautious to see? People would be doing performance tests, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so if someone, say Joe Schmo goes in and buys it tomorrow, right? If he doesn't have any background with that company, he's not going to go in and hit the ground running. He's going to have to, it's going to take time to, to get the employees back if they want to work for the new company. 2, depending upon what his deal with Niagara was, how they can keep that going, that relationship going. And then can they produce the same quality product? Because from my understanding, one of those companies, like I said, wants to buy it, but they don't believe in the same processes and that they would come in and butcher what they're doing. So
Kyle educated me, Edgy. I was wrong.
That's why I'm trying to get more information and talk to this person. And hopefully, I don't know when that'll happen, but I'm hoping in the next week or 2. I got a third-party person I've been working with trying to make that happen. So
Yeah, where the fuck is Dark Gravity at?
I like that version better though. Dark
Dark
Gray.
Gravity has been very busy. I have not reached out to him in the last couple of weeks. 3 weeks ago, he was in Chicago. I have no idea for what. But he's doing his own kind of deal. He's got his buying and selling of vintage U.S. clothes that he finds around here at different thrift stores, only certain stuff. He's the one that got me that Benchmade sweatshirt and just gave it to me. It's a zip up, made the USA Benchmade sweatshirt from the 80s, a hoodie.
Yep.
So he has like 2 or 3 sites, not eBay, that he resells these vintage T-shirts and vintage jeans and stuff, and he's doing very well. And he works full time.
Todd Barr.
right, and so like what Todd said. So originally, that plant, Crucible's plant, was over 1,500 employees. They had, but they only are running a portion of that plant now because it's falling apart. So they cut back their entire sales force, and they're down to like 150 some employees, and they can't keep up, from my understanding. I mean, they're getting hit with. Well, I won't go into it until I get more information, but yeah, they've
There's
got,
more to the story, is what you're saying, Kyle.
correct. And like you said, somebody would step up and make other steels. You wouldn't get everything that's out there right now, but I don't think it's not the end of the world. And I mean, obviously, it's a talking point for people right now, but
Wait a minute. Could we just get away with just having one steel, Kyle? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said you wouldn't have all of the available options that you currently have.
We're cutting Amazon boxes open?
Well, I mean, you do what you want to do. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying what would be available.
I think he's saying there are other steels that could take the place of some of those steels that were very similar. And
right, but not all of them. Yeah. So like, I know you and Dave are both big fans of 3V, and
yeah, that would suck.
There are other quote unquote similar versions out there you could get, but it's not the same. You know, Crewware, like the PD1, that's the same. That's the Carpenter's version.
Yeah, Z-Ware. I mean,
right. So you have different comparable options out there.
They've all got something. It's like RWL34 and CPM34. And
couldn't you still find something to cut through the way you abuse your knives? You could still abuse your knives and probably not notice a performance difference.
That's always been my biggest point. Like, I can't. People like to be steel snobs, and I can't tell you the difference between Z-Ware and S45. Honestly, and they can't either. You can't Kyle. Kyle and I've had this conversation. Yes, the sharpener can tell the difference, but the user, you can't tell me. You can tell the difference between 3V, S35. You can't.
Maybe if you're doing control cut tests, but like somebody who really uses your shit
in front of a camera just cutting cardboard for days, you need to get a new hobby.
Well, you're one that can actually you use your shit, you abuse your shit, you use it that would make most people cringe. So that's why I would say, if you're not seeing a huge difference,
I agree with that completely. It
tastes different though.
It does.
You have.
It does. I did lick my Ripley because I got Guinness on it last week.
What's going on, Bushcraft?
Speaking of that, what the hell happened to that knife that Donnie showed where the tip of it looks like it's a key instead of a fucking knife?
Is that 5 doors? Is 5 doors still in here? Is that your knife? I know you're getting a chisel ground.
5 doors still in here.
And he's already fucked up 2 blades.
Would it be on IG?
Yeah. It was on his YouTube, I think, a YouTube short. I can't remember.
Brother's knife.
Yeah.
Blame on a 5 door.
All I'm saying is, like Kyle said, if you're sharpening them, you can tell a difference.
This one right here.
If you're using it,
I bet this is what Pocket Metal's talking about.
Tell. So
I don't know. I don't see anything.
You haven't seen it yet because I'm slow.
Worried.
You know me.
Where the fuck is Shane? I'm gonna go take a piss, and if Shane comes on and
Shane just whined about a link and then went away. Is that it?
Maybe earlier I was getting a contact. I was smelling my Donnie Bless pouch, to see what it was all about. It's like a scratch and sniff.
That's not it. 'Cause that's not a.
No, that's the one he showed. Congratulations, 5 door. Your knife's done.
Whoops.
Pocket Metal was looking down. I was sharing something with him. The motherfucker's painting.
Yeah, some of us are trying to get shit done, fucker.
Douglas, what's up? Well, you asked to see it.
Yeah, I know that's what it is. I was just asking if anyone knew what the fuck happened to it.
That
5 doors. This has a thumb disc.
That was Bipley prototype number 1.
That's yours now, 5 door.
He makes a nice knife. Out of my range right now, but definitely I respect anybody who can do stuff like that. Are y'all familiar with Dustin Driver Defense?
Yep, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Right, still trying to coax Shane on. I don't know. Shane's playing shy tonight.
He's probably playing video games or something.
He's probably
or he's in one of those. He's in one of those like Omega, one of those chat rooms that's not age restricted.
He's got his thumb up his ass.
Shane, are you going to come on?
That could be it too, Stevie. Not Stevie. Pocket Metal.
and speak for you and
Hasn't had a chance to go clean off the residue yet.
maybe
What we
he's
don't know
getting
right
good.
now is he's right now, because you can't see Kyle. Shane and Kyle are just kind of playing naked jumping jack or naked
What's up,
leapfrog.
Addicted?
Let's see if you can see this shadow.
Hey Kyle, do they send you a lot of 4-inch stones, or do you just get 6-inch?
No, I only get 6-inch stones.
I didn't know if you had 4-inch laying around that you weren't using.
I don't.
You know what I've got to do when I get my rod, and I'll talk to you about it if I ever get a replacement rod, which right now it works. You know, I bought the upgraded stone holders.
Yep.
To put on my rod, and everything's good, but somehow I guess it's slurry or whatever. My top one, the one that's fixed, like if I wanted to make it a 6-inch holder or if I wanted to make it a little tighter, I can take the Allen screw all the way out and I cannot get that goddamn thing to move, even with a hammer and a
Yeah.
piece of leather.
Yeah,
Is there
that's,
some kind of solvent I need to put in there?
I mean, I just tried some type of like WD-40 penetrating oil or something.
I mean, is that common that maybe metal and stuff gets in there and just packs around it?
It could be. I mean, I've had issues with the screws, but not with the actual.
This is the actual stone
yeah.
holder, so I
Yeah,
can take
I've not
the
had the
screw all
holder
the way
stick.
out where
Right,
nothing's
right.
holding it except whatever's in there gunking it up, or if it's gotten twisted.
Yeah, I just try some like WD-40 penetrating oil, let it sit for a little bit, and then try to move it. I don't think that you should have an issue with if you're trying to get it off after there, and maybe even just a little bit of light heat.
I got you. That might help too. And again, I'm not planning on changing it. It was just, it'd be nice if I could make it just a hair bit, hit it with your purse, Javon. All right, Shane. Hey, man. Poop Doodle. What is up, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Addicted to Blades too. Good to see all you guys. I'm trying
Ed,
to
how
keep
you doing, buddy? Sorry.
I said, fuck you, Kyle.
Ed, you awake, bro? You doing okay?
Got a cat between my legs.
So I've told y'all about my mom's got a feral cat that started to be really socialized and it wants to kind of mess with me. We think it's a miniature cat because the vet says it's 7 years old, but it's tiny. So today I've been thinking I've got a splinter in my finger because I've got this little angry bump on it. And then amongst remembering that little bastard clawed me yesterday. So I probably got some cat litter disease.
You got an infection where he clawed.
Yeah, he clawed me. But I went right to the bathroom and soap and watered it and peroxide. It wasn't deep, and it wasn't his fault because most of the time when he slaps at my hand, he just hit me with his little pads. But every now and then a claw comes out and your instincts to pull away, and that's where you get lit up.
You guys want some trail mix?
Paul,
Yeah,
Mike,
pass it over.
Cat Scratch Fever got nothing on me.
Pass it
It
around.
is a great song. I used to
Work
know
my
how to
hand.
play that. Homer. What else do I got cool here of A to Z?
So excited for a miner to come on a stream.
I've been very, very impressed. And if I ever get to the point to where I'm buying knives at this price again, I won't get a Damascus, but I think an Olamic whippersnapper is an excellent EDC knife. And I never looked at them before. Are they Canada or US?
U.S.
They're U.S. Their parts are cut over in Italy.
Okay, so do they ship them the parts and then Italy cuts them and sends them back?
I don't think they ship them anything. I think Italy probably orders it. They
Well,
cut this.
on another note, doesn't Dimco have some program where some of their knives that are less priced, they ship the blades to Italy, Italy grinds them and sends them back? What's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I haven't
something
heard
that Dimco I know is doing.
I don't
What a
follow Demco
wonderful
lot,
knife.
though.
Seems like a lot of lost money in shipping.
Yeah, I think, and
They
that's
went
what
to
doesn't
the
make
Spain
sense.
school of let's make money on knives by shipping them across. They're like Shane. They saw Shane shipping knives all over to get heat treated, and they're like, "Hold my beer."
Maybe they just
It depends on too. There, I mean, they could. I'm sorry to interrupt, John. It could be that they don't have the machinery, and it's a lot cheaper for them to do it that way than you buy the machinery.
I heard a beep. Hold on, we might have the truth sayer here. Shane, I don't
So-
see you. Are you ready to come on? All right, Shane's getting live. We're gonna let Shane get live. I'm gonna add him to the stage, but I don't see him yet. I see his.
Sorry.
Shane's trying to find out what's his Wi-Fi thing again.
That's Shane spinning right there. So I'm gonna pull him off while he comes back. And I'm gonna share this real quick. Have y'all seen this little chode? Whoops, I hate pop-ups.
Gravy.
Have you seen the nano shark?
Yeah.
All right, so there's some kind of deal that they do on. It's an American-made Demco. Here he is. Let's see. There he is. He's there.
What?
What's
I
up,
knew
buddy?
he didn't have a shirt on.
Hey, man. I was laying in bed, comfortably watching live streams,
Warren,
and y'all hounded me into it. So,
No,
what's up,
I just hate for you
you're
to have
watching
to
porn
fight.
while you're listening to us.
I hate I missed Leffy last night.
I can't take all the credit for that because Mr. Eddie was actually the one that laid into him, and then I wasn't even there. Nothing. And Ben said, "Oh, you must be friends with that edgy American." So Paul texts me and is like, "Hey, Ben Belkin's talking shit about you on LBC."
Well, that's awesome.
Resist. But I didn't say anything disrespectful. Ed was there. I'm sure he read all my comments.
All right.
I did say for two guys who run knife companies, y'all know very little about the steel industry, which is true. They proved that with sitting there talking that they're way more ignorant about steel than even I was even shocked at how ignorant they were, like about
Shane,
types and. But
Shane,
what
that
I
started 2 years ago.
is that at least Kevin will be honest about it. Ben tries to dance around the facts and act like he knows more than he does, but Kevin will just come out and say, "Hey, I work with this maker because they have a longer recipe of steels I get to pick from." And Kevin actually got a little agitated with Ben over the whole. It wasn't that Kevin was telling Ben he needed to disclose his OEM. He was just trying to explain to Ben why people were so passionate about it.
And why it's probably hurting his business by this point.
And Ben was getting pissy about it. He's like, "I'm getting tired of this. Every live stream's the same crap over and over and over." So Kevin,
that's the knife community asking questions.
Right.
Then don't go on there if you don't want the community's opinion or questions.
Yeah, because it goes on because he's given something
drop today.
But it humors me because like everybody else in the chat started in about I've got a Jack Wolf knife. It's great. Guys, I've never argued that, man. I've held them. I've seen them. They're as bad as I hate to say it, I don't know that there is a higher quality slip joint out there. That fixed blade, dude. The Chickadee, whatever. There's hundreds of fixed blades that can compete with that. But those slip joints are of the highest quality. But
Thank you for giving props to the Chickadee. But go ahead.
No problem. I look at my GEC and I think it's just as nice. Now, is it the same materials? Well, no, it's not. But I also know what carbon fiber cost, and I know
a third
what
of the price
it cost.
Thanks, Michael.
It would be about a $40 price increase on this. What are we putting this at? 100?
I don't know. I heard someone say didn't he have before this whole knife thing? He was pretty successful at doing whatever the hell he was doing, right?
I don't know.
All I know is Ben is a purist when it comes to. He used to go every year to the Great Eastern Cutlery, whatever it was, and he collected Great Eastern cutleries for years. Right. He's always been a slip joint guy from his granddad, and I don't know what made him or what he transitioned from. I assume he was very successful because he seems.
I've had a couple knives. Sorry, real quick, in M398, and it's 8 times better than M390.
But about this, John, he will tell you that he went to China because nobody else would make it. And I get that. Why? It would be no different than going to the GM back in the 60s and they get to pick from some dude who likes cars or Harvey Earl. Who are they going to hire to design the car? They're going to hire Harvey Earl because he's the most successful car designer of all time.
Right.
That's the thing that I don't think we get. Who do we think we are?
Yeah, I mean, why do
You got
you
guys,
think?
you got guys like Maddie and Terry and Cole that are designing that. Man, I get that. I support them in that. Where I draw the line is normalizing them being more expensive than American made. That's bullshit.
And that'll probably change, don't you think? Hey, somebody answer X Sailor's question. I think it's a stepping in the ladder because I think it'll continue to push. I think we continue to push forward. But do y'all think Magna Cut's defying the possibilities, or do you think it's another step in the ladder of getting better?
I don't know.
I don't see the question. Where's it at?
The question says, do you think Magna Cut is defying the possibilities, i.e. it's peaked out, or do you think it's just another step in the ladder, i.e. steel's getting better and improving? And I think,
Well, steels will always evolve. I mean, there's nothing to. I mean,
I'm holding strong at 440.
and there's a video I just seen the headline. It could
He's
be
going to start
clickbait,
forging his own in his backyard at a shit he can scavenge on the side of the road.
but it's from
I'm staying
Night
strong at
Bird,
95 and 440.
but it's a Larry Thomas video that talks about AI may be able to improve even Magna Cut. He's exploring using AI to make Magna Cut better. Now, I didn't watch the video.
That's hilarious.
well, forget the AI. He's already working on improving Magna Cut, so I don't see a point in that. I mean,
I'll show you. Let me pull it up.
no, I saw the video.
Just
But
to
I'm
show you,
saying,
how long has Magna Cut been out for? 4 years, 5 years now?
4.
And it's the greatest thing ever, so we're already improving on it.
Well,
Stop-
okay,
stop
it's
that guy.
like most industries. Before something gets released, it's already being worked on. The next thing's being worked on.
He
Not
changed
like
the
I
title.
disagree. I don't think it's overhyped. I think we overhyped it for things that it was not meant to be. The fact that it is as corrosion resistant as it is, there's nothing out there even close to that corrosion resistance that will hold an edge as long as Magna Cut will. It is an absolute phenomenal steel because of that. LC200N, nothing else out there even comes close. Now, it wasn't Larry's intention, and yeah, it took some guys playing with heat treat to even figure out that you could get that much edge retention out of it. It is an amazing steel. It is not the edge retention king of the world. It is the edge retention king of highly corrosion resistant steels.
It's
And it
the
wasn't
best
designed
value.
to be an
If
edge
that's-
retention king.
Right. If that's what you need, then there's nothing better on the planet than
It was designed to be the best all around steel out there.
Me too.
and it's pretty darn close to that. Yes, you
In
can't
that
have.
whole
There's always
pyramid-
compromises. You can't have everything, and it
Right.
does the best of all categories.
Yeah. It is an amazing steel. It doesn't even compare to S110 as far as edge resistance, but you lose things with S110.
Yeah, I think Magna Cut, am I wrong to say that it has the best of all the balancing properties that you want, from your toughness to
It's
your
a
edge
little
retention?
low on toughness.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, but I would say it's probably one step above S45, and S45 is one of the better all around steels as well.
If I was a deckhand on a saltwater fishing boat, every knife I own would be a Magna Cut.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I can see that Magna Cut would be my only steel.
Is it more corrosive resistant than Vanex?
It's about the same.
I'm not going to say that it's more corrosion resistant, but heat treated properly, it'll hold an edge longer.
Right.
Yeah, and,
right.
and that's the two top corrosion resistant steels. I mean,
Right.
out there.
Yeah.
And you have a third with LC200N, but
Because our
LC200N
only option after this is tungsten, and we're never going to be able to get tungsten to have that kind of edge retention and be tough at the same time. But we're going to keep making little bitty tiny
Advances.
and they're going to build those up to be this big, and the knife community is going to buy them up, just like we always do.
What do y'all know
Yeah,
anything about
In
mithril?
reality, the difference in S30, S35, and S45 are so measurably are very small. But
For example, what I cut, Amazon boxes, cat food bags, and paracord, my S30V performs fine. I don't know the difference.
But you're honest about it, John. I mean, you're honest with yourself about it. There's nothing wrong. You could probably own one knife in 14C for the rest of your life and not
Exactly.
I
What do
will
y'all
say
know
this,
about
Shane.
mithril or runite knives? Toyota and Tool said, what about making a mithril or runite knife?
Okay, mithril is from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Oh, it's a joke. It's a troll. Just say you're getting trolled, John. I don't know.
I'm glad you're over there checking the nerd facts for us.
Sacramento took offense to that.
Because
Tony
I
Stark's
love
making
Lord of
me
the
I'm not
laugh.
taking offense to it. I just wanted Javon was asking like it was a real fucking question. And first
Rings.
of all, it's used for armor, and I don't think it's the best thing for a blade. They're different.
The fact that you know is hilarious.
X-Saver,
I
I'm not
enjoyed
that
those movies.
familiar. I'm not familiar with that.
My supervisor told me it is also used for blades as well, but I know that they make chainmail out of it as well. So, listen, I'm just gonna say,
So it
why
sounds
don't we go ahead and what is the steel that comes out of Wolverine's hand? What is that called? The fucking
Adamantium.
yeah. Why don't we get that? That seems to be like the toughest thing. He never has to sharpen it.
No,
I want a
no.
lightsaber if we're going to go that route.
Stainless. That's what I
Here's
want
a
my next
question
knife
for
to
you,
be.
knife guys. Do y'all agree with the point system that Rochambeau uses from Knife Steel Nerds website? I've not
no.
watched it, so I don't know what
I
it
don't
is.
know the dude. I've just heard that the dude's just kind of a hack and steals people's information
Yeah.
and makes it his own.
That's
Well,
one
and that's
thing.
all. It's also
He's just
misinterpreting
honest.
church.
All right, hold on. What'd you say, Todd? Because I know, Kyle, what'd you say?
I said it's also misinterpreting church as well too, and taking everything with a grain of salt. Everybody can read a book. That doesn't mean you actually put that into play and know what you're doing.
Good
I
point.
mean,
Good point.
I
But I don't, do y'all know what
here's the thing. I have
point system-
no. He created a spreadsheet that just put all the variables in there so you can calculate and say, okay, here's what this compares to this. Just a comparison chart.
I've got an
And-
app for that.
Here's the thing. I will say this. I have no issue with someone wanting to share information and try to learn and try to educate people. That's great. I just don't think the information is correct. So
Well, maybe he's just early in his learning, like you said. He's learned the part that he's reading, but he hadn't done the application part yet. But it's still further than I am in it, I
yeah,
don't.
He's just reading Larion's facts in a more entertaining and a better voice. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's good. Yeah.
But it's just when you take on that persona of that, I'm an expert and I know all this stuff. It comes off a little bit cheesy to some
Let me
people.
tell you
Bite in the
something.
ass.
I used to
Back
say,
in AOL online days, Shane told people he was an online stripper. And now look, we have all this technology with video.
Yeah.
And there's the proof.
Hey, I can
I,
understand and be an online stripper and be gorgeous.
I used to get taken around by AEs to see clients and talk about digital marketing. And they would introduce, they said, this is John. He's our digital expert. And I'd say, whoa. I'm not an expert. And I'd look at the client and I'd say, if anybody ever comes in here and tells you they're a digital expert, run. Don't listen to anything they have to say. There is no such thing. An expert's not learning anymore. And the shit changes so much. So expert's a term I avoid. I'm always under construction. And I don't learn like I used to.
You want to know what content creator I have never disagreed with when he talks about steels?
Stasa.
Metal Complex. Every steel rating thing he's ever done and the way he explains it and the why he picks each steel for which category, I've never disagreed with him. I've even commented on his videos that I agree 100%. It's not fact-based, it's opinion-based, but he tells you why, in his opinion, this steel is S tier, for the purpose that he bought it.
Don't you feel, and I do.
Except for
I mean,
Spy
I've always
27.
felt that Metal Complex has had a lot of time,
I haven't looked at
Starting-
527 at all.
grassroots, but don't you think he sharpens his knives and he uses his knives, or do you think he just shows them off?
He he has too many knives to use any of them to any extent, just like most of us.
But to get his opinions on the steel preferences, do you think
Well,
he should
use one.
like
He was a car
before?
salesman before.
I think 7 years ago when he was sitting in his car at the used car lot, or when he was into knives but not really a big channel yet.
Was he carving up the dashboards?
No, I don't believe he did a whole bunch of cutting to come to these conclusions.
And that's no. I mean, you can be a nice.
I didn't either, John. And I spout my opinion all the time. I haven't cut thousands of feet of cardboard.
Oh yeah, and again, I think it's metallurgy has always been fascinating to me because my uncle is a metallurgist and they did shit like came up with shit to cut freedom pills for the Gulf conflicts. I won't keep it at that. But anyway, so you can do a lot with metal. I just don't know. And I do know that it's probably hard for knife steel people that are looking for it because there's so many other industries that will probably pay a higher premium for that steel.
I don't know if they'll pay a higher.
Oh man, what's up, buddy?
They probably buy more tonnage of it.
Yeah.
Like K390. K390 was created to make the teeth on those earth boring machines. Those big machines you see that slowly
That rotate like that?
Yeah, that's K390. And we were like, hey, if it's that abrasion resistant, it should make a great knife steel. And it does for its intended purpose. It is fragile. It will rust, all that stuff. But
Kyle, do you want me to draw you a picture of you?
And it'll hold an edge
You can
forever.
Put that in your center, like, because I forget you're here, and then you talk, and it freaks me out. But if
Well, maybe
there was
pay
a
attention.
picture that I drew, we could put that there.
Well, you have a picture you're supposed to send me, but you're
I
trying to
sent
sell
it
it
to
off to other
Stevie.
people.
I mailed it
Totally,
to Stevie.
totally
Son of a
agree. Yeah, I thought MC sharpened his knives. I think
Not right,
he's a
not
true
right.
hobbyist who's just
Not
gotten
right.
very successful. I think
Not
Metal
right,
Complex
yeah.
knows his shit.
that's the truest statement that's ever been posted on the internet.
What's that?
That's not rag comment.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah, that tells me Snot Rag has probably used his knives more than I have. So I don't need to be telling him about knife steels.
No, and that's
You're
that
an
goes
end
back-
user and you know the result, just like Billy, at Apex Alchemy. He cuts, those pallet banding and the plastic all day, every day. And he's like, look, dude, all I know is I can take my buck 110 on the road with me. I don't have to sharpen it for a month. I've had some S90V that I took on the road, opened the same amount of pallets, and it was dull in 2 weeks. That's all I know is the end user experience.
Yeah.
And there's very few people out there that actually have a real end user experience. Snot Rag may be one of them. Billy's one of them. I know, guys in construction that actually use their knife every day. They always
Well,
look.
that bushcrafter in Alaska probably doesn't care what his knife's made out of. He just knows which one works for what he's using it for to survive.
Right.
Javon,
And-
did you ask AI to cross a picture of Donnie and Kyle together if they had a baby?
No.
And then that would be that's the picture that we could put up for Kyle?
No.
No?
No.
Pocket Metal looked at me like, kind of want to see that.
I don't either.
Not looking at anything. I have some of Jason's artwork on the screen, and I'm looking at that as reference for the painting.
Yeah.
So
Shane,
Y'all want to cover some drama right quick?
staring at-
Sure.
hang
I
on,
promise
Shane.
I won't spend more than 2 minutes on it. Pocket Metal and I were supposed to have a phone call. 100% my fault. We've not had that phone call yet.
It's fine.
But for anybody who wonders, why I wasn't in Pocket Metal's lives and stuff for a little while, that was as much my fault as it was anybody. I got my feels a little bit, got my feelings hurt a little bit. I'm over it. I love Pocket Metal. There is no drama. I think we were both probably a little guilty of a couple of things, but I think enough of him that I don't care anymore. So I just wanted to squash that while we're here.
And you know what? That's
anyone do.
that's an example of what the community needs more of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, take a step back. Again, we can all disagree on stuff. True. I would agree with that. I would agree that Neves.
I used to value Neve's opinion just because he was
I
cutting
think he still
cardboard
do.
all day. He's not anymore, but he used to cut cardboard all day.
He still knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. You can't argue that. He knows his steels.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I was going to ask you, Shane, going back to the whole tungsten thing. I don't think one that'll ever come to fruition solely for the fact that the weight of tungsten and also the pricing of tungsten.
Right.
It is extremely dense. I mean, there's no way you'd be able to do a complete tungsten blade. I mean, that knife would weigh 2 pounds.
Right. You're right. I mean, there may be a way, they do some sandmai where it's just a tungsten edge. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think steel is going to take another huge leap at this point.
But I think it's always evolving. I think you're going to get variations and trying to get incremental better, but I don't see it being leaps and bounds. You're not going to have a separation gap from, 8CR to S90. I mean, that's just
what's that company? Fuck. What's that? It's not a steel per se. Terravantium?
You're talking about a Terravantium.
Yeah, it's in dendritic cobalt.
Yeah, that's what Sander makes is dendritic cobalt, if I'm not mistaken.
But that, that will hold an edge forever, right? But it's very brittle. Like you can't.
And it's also
you can't give it really any kind of
to sharpen it.
It won't give it any like lateral.
Or maybe it's somebody else that used dendritic cobalt. It's
that's Terrain 365. That's
Terrain 365. My bad.
Yeah, so it reacts weird because of the way that the structure is. So like you can't take coarse stones to it. It doesn't like that. It'll just tear up. You actually have to start on higher medium grit stones and higher to sharpen it, which is kind of backwards, but it will hold an edge for a long time. But I mean, frankly, any decent steel with a proper bevel will hold an edge for a long time. I mean, I think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You guys are all losers because I'm gonna get a lightsaber. So,
well, I mean, Pete at Cedric and Ada proved 2-3 years ago that a $5 ceramic kitchen knife will outcut any pocket metal steel we have.
Depends, but yeah, I know where you're going with that. But yeah,
1931 Leatherworks. I tend to agree with that.
It never feels sharp, but it cuts.
Now I know there are differences in 440 and S110 or S90.
Yeah,
and I think
for the most part, right though.
This was Shane's. Javon thought we were going to get him on here for some drama, and Shane just starts talking about knife steels.
I think that's good. I want people to
get.
People are.
I want people to get
this
education.
This was a long con. These guys set this up like 3 days ago. Shane's like, I'm gonna go in this live. I'm gonna start some shit so Javon can talk about it and try and get me on. I'm gonna play coy. And then
Johnny, I love cold steels. I've got a 4Max American Lawman and a 8010 and 8015
video.
And Rob, I
hope it wasn't that fucking pen I just unboxed. What a piece of shit that was. What a waste of money.
Why did you buy an expensive pen?
Scotch.
It's like you
could have asked me.
You know what the sad thing is? That's not my most expensive pen. Because I did that. I got a pen. I did another pen a week or so ago, and I know 5-Door is a huge pen guy.
So am I.
And he said something about it, and he goes, "Really?" Because I'm a huge fan, honestly, for the money. The Grimsmo Saga is a fantastic pen. I mean, hands down, awesome pen. And he goes, and you can't go wrong with that for the money for what's out there. And I said, yeah, that's right. I've got a really expensive Mont Blanc. So I thought, well, what else do they have? I just started to think, here's your budget pen.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Can I ask you, just out of curiosity, what are you guys using these pens for that you're spending stupid money for? Because I make art
all the time.
Never would buy any of these stupid fucking pens.
It's like having a nice knife in your pocket. If you use it all the time,
I use mine at work, and I've got several of them. But just when you're
like these zebra pens, they draw pretty well.
Dude, you know what? That was before I knew about nice pens. That was my favorite pen.
Scotch, is it about you using it all the time, or is it about the way it makes you feel when you put it in your pocket in the morning.
Just like wearing a
It's
suit. If
both.
you wear a
It's-
suit,
I
it's
use
how
it
it
all
makes you
the time.
feel.
Because look, the thing I've
One-
learned, Josh, is that some people don't have that. Some people don't understand that.
Like,
I do.
But
I
so pocket metal, that zebra pen, awesome fucking pen, and that's what I carried every fucking. Even when I knew there was like stuff like Mont Blancs and stuff out there in the world, but when I started doing what I do now, every time that zebra pen, I loved having in my pocket, I would put something against any kind of weight, and that pen would crack in half.
Yeah.
So that started me onto the Hinderer.
Yeah, the
Which
701's a good pen.
A sucky pen, and I'm sorry, the Grimsmo Saga, those guys fucking nailed it.
all
Have you ever
I
tried tactile turn?
are pilot
No.
shoes.
And
Dude, I
then-
don't want to buy any more pens.
Fancy Tucson pen.
A $3 pilot shoe
fiber
is all I'll
It,
ever
and-
do.
you know, it probably will, but
Like
but
$10.
Shane, it's the same thing as I could go probably buy what's a Rat 2 cost? $30, $40, $50. Oh, I could buy that knife and I would be good the rest of my life.
But it doesn't invoke that feeling that putting that.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. Why I have all these? It's the same thing. Why I have all these stupid knives?
Yeah,
It's that feeling.
I get that. I
Why
understand.
do I have an Oz Machine Company pen?
Scotchy,
Because it's fun.
what's your other Mont Blanc? Because the reason why I asked, I've had a couple of them and they've all fallen apart. They're not well made.
I can't remember. Justin freaked out. Like, okay, so Shane, Justin's sister, he's like, "This is my Grail pen," and he described it to
Meisterstruck?
me. I don't know. Google. Where's my phone? Here it is, right here. It's. Hold on.
Come up there.
It's just funny because he.
Star Walker.
Yeah. Wait. Is it got the grid pattern on it, like the
Yeah,
frag pattern?
I think they have one of those.
And I lose them less. I haven't
I'll tell you,
lost one.
I've
I've given
had-
a few away.
I've had a couple of nice ones, and honestly, these two are my two favorites that I kept around for just basics. And these are in that
Here.
$150, $200 range. They're
Are
they're
they
not.
ballpoints? I used to use a Mont Blanc fountain point when I was in.
God damn it,
Real
Javon! Let me
estate.
show my pen.
Hold
It's
on.
like,
Hold on
no,
one second.
I don't get that because it doesn't matter how fancy or nice a pen is. If I put it in my pocket, it does not invoke any emotion for me. I understand
Well,
that it does for some people, and that's great.
Make me big.
All
What's
of
this
you
one, Kyle?
Only because I wrote a lot. Let me make you big.
Guys, I handled that Heretic pen. I think it was
Looks like a Bic.
$280, and I thought it was
That might be one of the Star Walkers. I'm not 100% sure.
Sure.
I thought it was stupid for that price, but at the same time, I wanted it. I don't know
But I
why.
don't carry that in my pocket. It just sits on the desk. Like my wife uses it mostly. Because I don't need a screw cap. It's great if you're sitting, but like at work, I don't have time to like do this.
I hate a screw cap.
Yeah.
And a lot
This
of the
is,
titanium ones, they don't fit on the handle. So you just got to set it on the table.
Oh, there's
I like the
5-door.
bolt
Hey,
action.
5-door. You can suck it because I was literally sitting I've been in the Verizon store twice this week.
That's another
So
good
we're gonna
reason,
comment.
Trog. I like to have it
And
do my deposit slips and stuff like that.
Second.
what a disappointing pen that Mont Blanc Pix is.
Scotch, this company does phenomenal
Oh,
pens
Lord.
for a good price point. This is Visconti. They're Italian.
That's
I don't
another
want-
good reason, Jeffrey.
I can't, because then I keep saying I don't want more pens, but then
Get a $99 tactile turn, either slim or a regular size, and you won't.
cost
You'll be
something
amazed
wrong with
by the
that.
machining.
5-door said, I would have
they're just-
never said to get a cheapo Mont Blanc.
no, you just said you can't.
That's true,
It's
but
hard to go wrong with that, and then and then in my mind that almost like a challenge, and my wheels start turning, like the
Yeah.
gears in my head start grinding, doing stupid things.
Right.
I will take 4 of these over the price of one of the cheap Mont Blancs. This is Waterman. These are phenomenal.
Let me
Build
make
quality.
you big for a
I can
sec.
tell you that cheap Mont Blanc was 200.
Oh yeah, Watermans are great pens.
How
I had
much?
one of those.
How much scotch?
$290. So it's not a cheap Mont Blanc. I mean, it's cheap in
Yeah,
their
it is.
world.
Yeah, that's cheap in their world, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's I think $130, something like that now. And then these are about $150.
5 Door is going to give me. I got 5 Door's address, so in a couple weeks when I'm driving through Texas, I'm gonna stop by his house and
Yeah.
give him that sweet pen and just maybe I'll just kind of like graffiti his house with it.
Rob, this
Yeah.
is called the Marksman, and it uses the retractable Sharpie inserts,
Oh,
and then when it sucks back
5-4?
in, it doesn't dry
When
out.
you
It's
sent me that
titanium.
link, sorry, Javon. 5 Door, when you sent me that link, it crushed my soul when I saw the price of the Epica versus what I just paid.
Pay too little or pay too much. And this is another one that's a pain in the ass, but it stays dry. This is for mini Sharpies. It's just a little titanium. This is from CountyCom. It's a little vault that's got an O-ring. I use it to write on packages, like the weights and when I measure them and shit, because I'm sending them out all the time. Which reminds me, I've got to give something away tonight. And what time said Stevie go live?
Same time every week.
I know, but I fucking don't remember.
In about an hour.
No, I think it's sooner than that because they moved it up. Let me look. Hold on. Because we've almost been, listen.
No, it's an hour from now. 12:15 Eastern.
Okay, 12:15.
Hey guys, just so y'all know, I got my heat treat oven now. I still have 3 of the K390 Joke Wolves unspoken for that are
Dude.
hologround by Sawtooth Dave. These are going to be about $300. Wish they weren't, but they are.
Better jump on them.
I got 3 of these.
Are you looking to trade anything? Are you looking for cash? I'm sure you're looking for cash.
Yeah, I got to get this oven paid for.
Hey, have you experimented with it yet, or have you just started to learn about how to use it?
I'm going tomorrow to do the burn in, and
How long's that? Like 8 hours?
nah, it's just a couple hours. But man, it's just something I've been really impressed with. Again, it blows my mind how kind this community is. But like, Alex Steingraber has legit just sent me his heat treat protocols. I was like, man, I want my crew wear to be like yours. And he sent me the exact recipe. He's like, you follow that recipe 100% of the time, it'll be perfect. 67 HRC. It'll be.
I got a question, Shane.
I love hearing that because I've always liked him and I've always heard things about.
I didn't at first, but man, I love that guy now.
Does it matter on the thickness of the blade?
The only thing the thickness of the blade will matter is the soak time. Like a lot of people will see it's supposed to soak at 2150 degrees for 18 minutes, and they'll start that timer when it hits 18 minutes. But if you're using a 1/4-inch blade stock, you're going to have to add about 4 minutes to that because that time is actually the temperature of the steel, not the temperature inside the oven. So yeah, thickness adds a couple of minutes.
Okay.
What it boils down to.
And that's awesome because
Fascinating.
Alex's crew wear is the best I've ever felt.
I'll tell you,
Absolutely
he's not
in love with
nearly
his
as
crewwear.
Just super. I mean, not just give me the recipe, just like super supportive. Like, man, you've got this. Barring you just not following the recipe, you can't fuck it up. This is not rocket science. This is,
being encouraging.
Yeah, very encouraging. But it's I know it's tempting, but don't heat up pizza pocket. No, I won't. There'll be no pizza pockets in that oven. Yeah, I've got.
And there are other people that'll answer questions for you if you ever have them.
Oh yeah. I've got several. Donnie's always there to answer questions. Steve, when I can get a hold of him, he's very busy. Brian, when
Jason Grant will always answer your questions. I don't know what a pro is, but he's getting better at heat treats. He does all his own heat treats now.
And I don't mean anything personal by this, but there's a handful of people in the community that I crave to have their heat treats. So those are the people that I want to emulate, my heat treats with. So
You got the 3 best in your pocket.
right.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think you've got that it factor of the curiosity of not ever being fully satisfied, which is a blessing and a curse. It makes you make nice shit, but it makes you waste a lot of materials because you're just not satisfied. And that'll come. I think you'll hopefully get
Oh,
more.
every batch, John, I've said, oh, I've got 8 of these, and by the time I finish, I've got 5. You know, so the money's never. It's never what you predicted it was going to be. Because,
Right, but you'll
But Paul, I've got.
hopefully as you get better, you'll also understand that there's a margin of acceptability between everyone. Doesn't have to be exact. They're handmade, you know, and I'm sure you're not fucking it up.
Right.
Johnny Quesadilla, it's a wrong term that Taco Bell used for meat byproduct, lettuce, cheese, and it's delicious, and it's leading me down that road, but I'm not going to go.
What are you talking about?
S45 is definitely worth it over 14C 28N in my prediction and my thoughts. I think S45 is underrated.
Depends
I
on
think
what you use it for.
huh?
Depends on what you use it for. 14C's tougher.
Way tougher.
Way tougher.
So
There's not much tougher than 14C.
Yeah, there's not much out there that's tougher than 14C.
So that goes back to X. What are you going to be using it for mainly? EDC? Are you going to use it for prying? Or do y'all just as a general, because y'all know more than me. I like S45. I've got it on my Spider Coast Little Native and on my Hinderer Eclipse.
S45 is great. S45 is, like I said, it's one step down from MagnaCut. It's a great all-around steel. That's what it was designed to be. It wasn't designed to be the best at anything, but it's a great all-around steel.
Gotcha. And 14C's strongest properties are strength. Is that where it kind of
strength and stainless?
Gotcha.
And it does okay for edge retention. I think it's rated extremely low for what it actually is, because there's a couple of things that's not taken into consideration. 14C strops up way better than a lot of steels, so you can get a lot of use out of one edge before you actually have to take it back to the stone.
Yeah, they all have their advantages and disadvantages. That's just the way it is. If you get something that excels at one thing, it's going to not excel at something else.
So if you could have one steel for everything, would it be MagnaCut? If you could only have one steel to kind of cover all your uses, one knife?
Not for me, but I'll be honest with you, it has nothing to do with my opinion of MagnaCut or its structure or the end user result. The only reason why I haven't made anything in MagnaCut is because everybody is. The only reason. There's so much of it out there that I just wasn't interested in making anything with it.
I guess it depends on what is it a one and done folder? It's the only thing you can have, or is it just an EDC knife? I mean, what are we talking?
Who are you talking to? Me?
No, I was talking about the question as well.
On Instagram with.
Yeah.
X-Sailor says, well, Edgy, isn't that what MagnaCut is?
I don't know what he thinks.
My Crucible.
Let me go back up to it. I forget what your
women chats.
Because all I said about MagnaCut was I like it. I just don't.
Crispy Critter 3V,
I just
baby.
don't have any passion for using it right now because
so many people the market's flooded with it, is what you're saying.
Right. There's
Todd Door says maybe Mont Blanc can buy Crucible.
Yeah.
They can afford this. Scott keeps buying pins.
I like 3V too. Isn't it more of a fixed blade steel? Isn't it what would you say its top characteristic is? Toughness?
Yeah.
Toughness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way up there. That's why I saw two lots it so much.
Let's go pry some shit.
Yeah. You know,
that's exactly right. That's why there's not a
if I was going to make something to pry with right now, I don't have any issue with just making that an 1/8" Nitro V.
I don't think it's becoming unpopular.
You get it thick enough, it doesn't matter.
Huh?
Get it thick
I'm just
enough.
answering X-Sailor. Go ahead, Scotch. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Scotch.
Oh, I said you make the blade thick enough, it doesn't matter.
No.
3V.
There's that, but
y'all answer this question. I don't think MagnaCut's becoming uncool because it's too popular. I just think because it's being used so much, what's the advantage of? Because I think there's still a lot of unknowns from makers on the optimal way to work with MagnaCut.
I just think it's going to kind of get
It's
Like
just it's just
M390s.
35 yen at this point. I mean,
There's just too much in the market.
That's 35 yen, but it's taking its place. It's everywhere. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't have a passion for wanting to use it because it's everywhere.
Well, and that's what we were talking about yesterday, John. So, like S45 is, to me, it's one of the most underrated steels, solely for the fact that it never got a fair chance. Because as soon as it got dropped, MagnaCut was on its heels within months, and then MagnaCut took over, and S45 was just kind of shunned. And it's
Right.
not much, and it's not that far behind it, MagnaCut.
Yeah, Paul Mott, I don't know. I don't know that I agree with that, man. And the only reason I say that is because if you're buying a steel because you think it's cool or because there's some hype, and you get it, if it makes you happy, that's all that really matters. You know, if you do now, if the end result is you get the knife and it doesn't do what you wanted it to do, then yeah, you do yourself. But let's face it, man, we're all buying knives because of cool factor at this point.
The way they make us feel more than what they cut in my case.
Right.
When I held
Yeah.
Donnie's knife, it made me feel like I was being molested. So
Right. And I like knives that evoke some type
that's
of.
that's on Donnie.
Shane, you see what Patina said?
I say it, and I can. I'd be glad to. To be honest, guys, if you pay attention, I've just been feeding off you guys. You know, I would have never bought any K390 if you know more than one person didn't want it. Maybe
There you
the
go,
last
right there.
I ever use. Yeah.
Paul Might's talking about the steels, not the knife.
Yeah, but Paul, I think like with me, you know, I'm not an action guy
Me too, Neil.
or any of that stuff. I buy knives because of the steel. You know, where like Lefty's whole thing is, you know, how the blade falls when you disengage the lock, which means nothing to me. But I get it. That's where his passion lies.
Exactly.
My passion does lie.
Yeah,
This
maybe
steel
that came out
cut
wrong, Michael.
more
but yeah.
cardboard. This steel cut 20 feet more cardboard than the last steel I had. I don't need that shit, but it excites me, so I buy it.
Groundfog had a question, and I would say in that case, it's going to be submerged, I would probably go with the quiet carry that's Van X and has the
L200 liners.
and insert. Yeah, that would be ideal.
I'd almost like to see a test where somebody submerged some. I mean, how long were we talking about being submerged before Van X actually outperforms 14C in its?
Well, didn't Blade HQ bury the Spider Coast salt knives out in the Great Salt Lake or whatever when they were? What were they? LC200 back then?
for a couple of days, but Scotch S35VN would have been fine for a couple of days.
Yikes.
I'm just saying based off of every component of the knife being
Are you
extremely
telling us
stainless.
that a company that sells knives maybe did a
Pretty
I
well.
agree,
I
BC.
cried with my Chris Reeves. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Was it the Master Blade?
What'd you say, Pocket Metal?
I said, are you trying to tell me that a company that's whole objective is to sell knives may have did some advertising that wasn't 100% truthful about the quality of the assault resistant of a knife?
Here you go, Michael Upchurch.
Absolutely.
Brand new. Never cut, never carried. I think there's one small ding very tiny right there because it bangs against other knives. Just
Man,
And Michael,
who's ever bought a car that actually got the MPG that it said it would?
none.
Everybody lies about everything.
I'm just joking at the people who watch Blade HQ like you're going to get a review from a company that's just trying to sell you a product.
Right.
no, I just remember back in the day, like they buried them or something.
This stitch, even though it's got
Brand
a
new.
thicker grind,
Brand
is
new.
the spiciest knife.
Would the
I've
Boca
never
Mermaid
gotten
have
to a
sold
factory.
would the Boca Mermaid have sold anywhere other than gas stations if it wasn't for Blade HQ?
$250.
It's no different than that Walmart bug out what everybody's I don't even know.
Ozark.
Yeah,
Ozark.
but you know, that shit would have went away in a week had these YouTubers not continued to make videos about it. And now there are people out there. We saw one in Stevie's live that has one, and he made a firm stance that it is as good as a bug out. It absolutely is not as good as a bug out. Now, is it good enough for what you need it to do after paying $5 for it? Probably. But I mean, everybody that I showed that bought one and actually used it for a little while, the damn blades all flopping around, about to fall out of it, but it's says Ed shows your mermaid.
Weird
Steve,
weird bees showing a stitch of. What's that mean?
That means that they're watching bees too, and we were holding up our stitches the same time bees was holding up his.
Oh, well, this
I had
one's
to jump
going
off
for
you for a minute.
$250.
Bees
That's a
do.
great price. I mean, $250 because that's $310 with that blade style, right? With that finish,
$330.
Hey,
$330.
y'all mark this day in history. Bees influenced me to buy something Chinese.
What?
I'm opening it now. I haven't even taken the other package. He had it on his screen, put the link up, and I thought, man, what the heck, for the price, I'll try it. It's a
I'm not going to listen to that bullshit.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Oh, that's the funniest shit you've ever done.
It is.
It may be junk.
Pocket
I
Pedal
don't
taught
know
me
yet.
that trick.
It may be junk. I don't know yet, but it's
not.
It's a 40H jeweler's loop with a built-in LED light, straight from
That was fucking classic.
Chinatown, China. I gotta figure out how to make the light work.
Holy shit.
Shane,
I actually looked the pocket metal to see if he did it.
And I did. I trust me. If I wish I
I
could
know,
take.
but then Javon was like, get that shit out of here.
I need something like this because my jeweler's loop is insufficient at this point. It's just 10X.
I like those tubular ones. I've looked at them on Amazon, but I think that's great, man. I mean, I think if he found something good, and I'm sure it's the best one that ever fucking was made.
I don't know that he said all that.
Wait, Javon, you're looking at what on tubular fleshlights?
No. I was looking at. I've got a jeweler's loop that I got from Grittomatic, just a little like one that falls out, which works fine. And then I've got this. This is something I got at CountyCom. It's a sapphire magnifying glass titanium, and this is as good as a jeweler's loop. But if you go to Amazon and you look at jeweler's loops, they've got all these that are cylindrical, like
Tom,
the one
you do me a
Shane's got.
favor. Will you do me a favor and share B's link on that?
Yes,
You will not.
I will too, dude. I don't mind sharing links.
did use
I
his
like
link.
these. I don't watch his content because I'm.
Javon, I'll give you $100 super chat if you do a fleshlight review.
I don't do flashlight.
You
I
guys,
use my hand, man.
it's
I
gotta
know,
be shaped like a door.
I know you people only watch knife content or some bullshit. I've been rewatching 1-star reviews from Vice on fucking YouTube. That show is fucking hilarious. It's where a guy goes to all the businesses that are rated 1 star, and he got a tattoo from a 1-star tattoo artist. He got a fucking chemical peel from a 1-star thing. He got fucking face injections from somebody that only everything. He went to a 1-star buffet.
Going back down here.
But
So,
he had a
for instance, this
data-
seller right here that's selling this penguin, right? So let's take a look.
The $100, Stevie, but it's got to be used.
16
It
views,
just
3
can't be an
favorites. Oh yeah, you can
unboxing
favorite
idea.
the knives. Oh yeah, you can favorite one. So you can go back to
Oh,
it. See
yeah.
right here, there's a little heart.
Oh yeah.
You can put
Whose
that
voice
on it
is that?
for knives that you can just totally shop on here. So
I wonder if this is actually a paid review or if it's disclosed.
Oh, that's B's, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right,
Sponsored.
where'd my picture go?
But hey, say this though, guys. B's bought a blade for me very early on too. And I was kind of shitty to that dude. And he still bought a knife from me. So yeah,
I don't
I
have.
use his affiliate link to buy a
Has
Chinese.
Ben Belkin bought a joke wolf yet?
No, I
Oh.
should send you one.
Bees and his wife are very nice, kind people.
They are.
I just don't.
And get this: when he releases his Kiger knife, it will fucking sell out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'll be, but maybe even close to Metal Complex. But
But
there's,
B
we had to
there's
get
a word,
tonight, he had
there's
to
a
clean
word in there that sums it up, and it's called sellout.
Yeah, but when Bees was talking about tonight that he had to clean out his garage, and he just had tons and tons of cardboard that he had to process. And he showed what knife he used to process all that cardboard. He walked past all those Kaisers, all that free bullshit that he gets sent, and he picked up his Spyderco and cut 2 garbage cans full of cardboard with it. You know, they
Just
Yeah,
said,
I mean, he found his audience, and that's all it's about. I mean, do what you, and he seems to still be passionate
Cost
about
to
it.
your soul, I
I used
think.
to watch B's show every Friday, but it just got too like fast.
yeah,
Yeah,
Wait.
you can't keep up with the chat, and
Lee's is a good guy, and he doesn't try to make
Entertaining
something
shit,
that he's
but,
not.
you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's his link. Y'all go sub to Bees if you already aren't, which you are.
I think everybody is. I still haven't figured out the whole thing with YouTube and Satisfaction. It will not allow me to follow. I can sub to him. I can click the bell. It will not feed me.
I like me and you trying to find each
I don't
other.
know. I think
now.
YouTube knows that Dave and I have a bromance, and every time Dave comments on a video, it takes me 3 times or 4 to respond to him before it finally sticks.
Yeah.
I thought that was Rob's thing, the kazoo, because the kazoo is worse to me than 1980s video game music. No offense, Mel Complex, but there's certain things that great on my I used to have to play a
I'll
kazoo.
say this, Stevie. I usually I don't know if you can hear all that nonsense in the background. So that's my prairie dogs eating cardboard right now. They don't really eat it, but they love to rip it apart. But the other day, I took that big ass cold steel fucking Frontier buoy or whatever the fuck they call that shit, and there was a box, and I just started whacking on it just because it was fun. Now, did it actually do any effective cutting? No, but it was fun to prop into the box of cardboard. So there is that. Also, I keep my neighbors guessing.
I'm sorry, Pugno.
Rob's the man.
I agree with that. I think even at 67 HRC, in my opinion, that's an ugly ass knife.
What's that?
Come on, Rob. God damn it. Didn't you guys have box cutters back then? You know, the 2-piece with the...
I understand Neves was trying to make something that didn't look like everybody else's. I get, and some people love it. That's fine. But I don't think it was ever going to be
I got a question.
even the best YouTuber knife, to be honest.
I have a question, guys.
Wait, what? Wait, what
I
did
have a
you
question.
just...
Go ahead, Cole. I mean, I was thinking about Cole's knife. Go ahead.
You cool?
Oh,
Hot stick burn.
that was burn. I'm sorry.
Okay,
dude.
this is not surprisingly professional, but fuck you, Javon.
I apologize, dude. That was a Freudian slip because
Stick burn.
I think Cole's knife is one of the better influencer or creator knives, whatever you want to call it.
Terry's
I'd rather watch you guys, or have you guys watch me using a flashlight than
everyone else can eat an
touch
ass.
that knife.
Paul, I agree. I like the thinness of the blade. I just
Talk
don't-
to us, Kyle Coonley. You're on stage.
No, I just had a question. I'm just going to ask why Pocket Metal is like 12 dBs louder than everybody else when he talks.
Who?
Is it too loud?
No,
yeah,
you're
you're really loud.
fine, Pocket
I didn't
Metal.
fucking know. I had my microphone back away from me, and I turned it down a little bit, but I'll turn it down some more. It's just when I
There,
laugh.
that's way better.
But I might
I
fucking get loud, so you never know.
Knock on 69. I get that you like it. Like I said, that's just a personal opinion thing. You
And
know,
that's what's great about the community. We can all love
I'm
different.
sure there were
knives.
several hundred people that liked it enough to buy it.
Rob Tenring, I've got a great Baylor story video for you if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I've
I
made some
after
knives
hanging
that
out with A to
people that
Z's.
thought it was ugly as hell. So I made some knives that I thought were ugly as hell.
And I had 2 of these in reverse Tantos, but A to Z has them both, and I'm going to do a review. I think this is the best button lock made. I even like it better than the Mordax that I'm carrying.
They just bore me.
Well, and I made the mistake because I like the look.
about getting them, and then they just bore me.
I never liked the look of the Warncliffe, but it's such a more functional grind. I mean, the Mordax is night and day, or the Malibu Warncliffe is night and day over the reverse Tanto in terms of blade thickness and just functionality. I just like the little knives, and they're not that expensive. They're less than $300, which is expensive, but
Stevie, that was a good decision.
That would have been boring. All right, Rob Tenring. So our baler was outside the grocery store, and then it had the metal straps, and then
That's smart, Stevie. I mean, that's
when the
exactly
baler
what
would
those
get
are
done,
for.
it would push the cardboard bales out. And then every once in a while, then they just stack up and wait for, I don't know, the recycling company to come get them. But douchebags would come and push them around the parking lot with their car, and one broke open. And so me and another dude we're putting the cardboard back in the baler to rebale it. And we're throwing stuff in, and he's like, oh, dude, a bra. I'm like, weird. We're like, throw it in. And we keep coming up, there's more and more stuff. And then finally he's like, we're finding all this weird shit. And finally he like picks up this, I mean, I'm trying to show it on screen, but this 12-inch, it was bigger than this black cack. And he's holding it like this. I'm like, you're holding it with your bare hands, dude. After all the stuff and it just got worse from there. That's my baler story.
Snot Rag just said they're about to drop a Rex 45 smock.
Ooh, that'd
That
be
excites me
awesome.
a little bit. However, I think they missed the ball. Did they not make an M4 smock?
Yes.
I know not everybody got to have one, so this is a chance. I don't think there's enough difference between M4 and Rex 45.
No, but they're shipping it with white G10 versus that J junk.
Michael, I love it. I think if I was buying knives right now, I would already have one. That's the new manual, right? X-Sailor, Umnenzon, XM18, or Koenig. That all depends on budget and what you're going to use it for, but you can't lose. What would you say, Scotch?
Umnenzon.
Umnenzon.
XM18.
I'm going to say the Koenig. If
I'd
you're
probably
thinking
take the
about
Koenig.
refinement, I think the Koenig is slightly more refined, but the Umnenzon's more of a work knife.
Stevie, have you ever seen one of these? These little Serge Panchenko slip joint razor knives?
That's ridiculous.
Stevie, I may want to talk to you about that if you're interested.
I want the smock, but I think it's overpriced.
It's $235 for that.
Rex 45 version.
I agree with Snot Ray. If you plan on using it, get the Zon.
Well, yeah.
Tuesday on the smock. That's when it drops. Stevie has the M4 smock. I've got the S30 and I love it. I mean, I took the secondary D10 out. Yeah, Snow Trog says if you plan on using it, get the Zon. The Tanto Zon is an awesome workhorse.
Spydercos are already ugly as it is, and the smock is one of the ugliest.
Dude, I think the smock is sexy.
I think it's.
I really regret getting rid of my Tanto Zon. I love my Zon, but I want another Tanto.
Stevie, I didn't know it had Terry's germs on it. We might have to renegotiate.
I wish I had a Chris Reeves. That's one brand I don't have.
But DLT dropped them, I think, a week ago. And it was a Tanto, and I was really proud of myself because I had one in cart. They stayed up for a while, and I just waited. I just waited and waited.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Ed.
Until they were all bought up, so I couldn't buy one.
Diesel. My smock, I took out the secondary detent. It's got a Lynch clip, and it's got some very inexpensive but nice frag titanium Rovi. Who made the scales? Somebody weird. Raylight. But I put a lot of scales on it. I've got some scales that I got at Blade HQ. They're G10, and they're made by Smock himself, designed by Smock, and they don't have the holes in them. I've gone through several sets on that knife because I really like the knife.
Yeah, the only thing about the smock is it's a cool fidget knife, but I just don't like the fact that you're going to spend $230 on it, and you're going to have to spend another
$150, $180 in parts.
Right, to get your scale.
Or ruin the. I don't. What?
That is a sweet carry.
Both.
I
don't understand.
Where did I put it?
Check out them OD Green AWT scales for my.
Ooh, those are sick. Are they smooth or are they ribbed?
They're
The Zon's a great knife.
I wouldn't call them ribbed, but they definitely have a textured feel to them.
So
I got the spring kit and the ceramic ball.
Well, that doesn't help. Goofy, not goody. What's wrong?
So all that's got to go to Kyle.
You don't like because it's kind of pointy. The Zon is very. I mean, if you like the Spartan, you'd like the Zon.
I love the Sweeney, Ron, and the EMP Nimble is probably one of my favorites. My buddy A to Z left some knives when he went out of town for me to review, and he left me several Pinas. I'd never before been a Pina person. This is a Pina Apache. And guys, let me make myself big. These knives, he's got several. I don't know all the names right now. But I've got them in a book. But this is a gorgeous knife. Got a Damascus clip, carbon fiber.
Oh, damn it. I
And
think
look at the
Steve.
back.
What is that?
That is a Pina Apache. I'd never owned a Pina. A to Z went out of town and gave me a little case to do some overview.
Hey, it's my show again. What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, god damn it.
Who booted Javon?
Did Javon boot himself? That's awesome.
See, I'm not a fucking spotlight hog.
The inmates are running the facility.
Congrats, John, for
Hey,
3.
Taylor, that's awesome, dude. You don't have to do that, man. I appreciate it. I always feel nervous shipping knives back and forth. Yeah, Get Good Screw is doing a sick giveaway. And guys, I've got to Get Good Screw, and it is a fantastic driver. And they're doing 3 giveaways. One is for a complete set, and all you got to do is leave a comment. Let me pull it up. I'll put it in the chat. And one of them comes with a scale set. Don't yawn.
Boomer self-deleted again.
All right. So I'm going to share this just to show y'all what's up. So this is Get Good Screw. If you go to there, I'll just put a link to the post. All you gotta do is like it, follow them, but they're giving away 3
Ex-Sailor, it's 2 E's.
That's a link to the getaway or to the giveaway. If that doesn't work, it's the first post on their IG, which is right here.
I just clicked on it. The link doesn't work.
Okay, click on this one.
Ex-Seller, I agree 100%.
Click on this second one, and I'll delete that first one because that first one I didn't know if it would work because it's just what I clicked on. Hey, Stevie, how long till you guys go live? It's 10:43. Is it 30 minutes?
Javon, that link takes us to a weird shopping channel.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's
The second one I put in, the one that says Instagram.com/getgoodscrew.
Yeah, it took me to AliExpress.
All right, well, your computer's hacked. You got to quit ordering those child brides. Yeah, me neither. And I think this one they want you to tag. Let's see. Post one comment, tag 2 friends. I can tag 2 people.
What are those scales right there?
Did you watch that goddamn documentary yet?
Those
So
are
the
what?
grand prize, let me share it again. It looks like it's an XM18, but let me look. You know, they also do custom scales. As a matter of fact, when I got my Get Good Screw, I've got a rainbow colored Benza scale. If anybody wants it, they can have it. So the grand prize is a little revolver bit holder and the driver. And then second prize is the driver, and that's a Hinderer scale. And then third prize is a driver and some card. Jack prize minus blah blah. Second prize, Sarah Red Good Screw driver and an XM18 3.5 Dragon scale. So that's
Brant would not approve of that aftermarket scale.
No, but you know what? I almost bought an aftermarket scale for my 3-inch Battlefield Black because you can't find them. So, you know,
Who
Does
gives a
anybody
rip?
want a
who
Zerk
cares?
XM18 scale?
Is that 3.5?
Yeah.
Eh, my 3.5s are covered. Yako likes those Manic scales, Shane. Are those your AWTs?
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary yet, Javon?
I haven't watched it yet, dude, but I've got it
What are you doing
saved.
with your life?
Saving Silverman. I'm going to watch it.
When?
Dude, I have to say, I have a collection of
2
knives
weeks.
that I've had for 4 years. I have to come up with crazy content ideas, and I have no linear
This
brain
whole
function.
"you have to do it" statement sounds like horseshit to me.
Well, I choose to do it. It's what I do right now until I have a job.
Crazy,
I make
you're trying to come up with crazy content. We have crazy content for you.
Z Maroney, I don't think
You're gonna vlog. We're gonna set up a dating profile for you. We're gonna pick your date. You're gonna show up and just vlog the whole date. And
I am not my dating days, guys. It's going to have to be somebody that finds me somewhere. I'm not into it. It's too much effort at my age. I mean, I can get what I need without dating. So I'm just not. I might change as I get a little older.
Content, Javon.
Thank you, Ron Dobbins. I appreciate it, buddy. It'll get better. Pocket Metal is going to help me come up with a affordable camera that I can use for my top downs. Maybe give me some pointers on how to up my
What are you
game.
talking about?
Z
I'm just
Maroney, I don't
putting
think,
words in
I
your
don't
mouth.
think any knife is more improved by scales than the bug out is. So that makes perfect sense.
Wicked.
Josh Worth, what's up, brother?
Jackass.
I've got the car. Josh, I've got a textured micarta, which I like, and it looks pretty good, but it's the only hinderer I have, and it was the first one I got. I bought it from Dark Gravity, so it's got sentimental. It came with a tan scale, but it's the only one I have that's not full tie. And that's just me being weird. I'd like to have a tie scale for it. But the black micarta is nice. I don't mind it. It actually feels better in my hand.
That's what she said.
But this is, what's this? The Skinner blade?
So your hand's used to a 3.5 inch.
What's that?
Your hand is used to a 3.5 inch.
My hand's used to a 3.5 inch. My hand is actually 3.5 inches across. This is a 3-inch ender. So
It looked like a normal size hinder with you holding
I
it.
know in my hand, this is a 3.5, which I feel more comfortable in my pocket. I carry this more.
The XM24 is 2 hands.
Yeah, the XM24, my buddy A to Z's got one. That knife's too big for me. I say that, but it's the
forgot to
same
say A to
size
Z's
as my
real name.
Spartan. Huh?
You forgot to say his real name.
A
You
to
always
Z?
say my buddy A to Z, Jeff.
Yeah, I left out the Jeff.
Yeah. Is he getting paranoid on us? Don't want his name said.
No. He almost joined Tuesday night. But isn't the Spartan Harsey as big as an XM24? The full size Harsey?
It's not as girthy.
But it's as long, right?
Yeah. It's just a little more slender.
Yeah,
Not much, but a little.
that's true, Snowtrog. But I will say this: in college, I went through a chunky phase for me, and I've kind of bounced back to my
Up
what
to
I consider my
131?
natural weight.
You got up to 131, John?
We're gonna
No,
listen to wrestling stories again.
No, I was 160 when I graduated college, and on my frame, which is I have small bones, I looked like a roly poly at 160.
Do you want to? This is what I envision Javon doing when he needs some cash. He just kind of puts the singlet on and starts roaming around town asking dudes if they want to wrestle.
For money.
Yeah. Is that how it goes?
Wrestle.
So, Trog, when I was a freshman in high school, I wrestled 98. Is Spartan better than a hinderer? That's very subjective. I would say for me, no, because I like the tri-way pivot system, which hinderers have a bearing or a couple of different wash options.
What good is that?
What?
That tri-way pivot system where people are really swapping out their
No,
pivot.
I do. I
Do you
do.
really? Your
Yeah, I
kids
do.
are-
I do. I actually have my
I wish Brant was in here because I put all three of them together so it would be super strong, and it didn't work.
my Jurassic's on washers.
No, that's because you're unemployed. You don't have anything better to do.
That's
You're sitting
true.
around
That's
changing your
true.
pivots.
That's true. But that won't last. I'm going to
Next
get
time,
back
the
in
next
here.
time you think about changing your pivots out, go touch some grass. Go outside, touch some
Or
grass.
work on your resume.
Shane's just hating because he can't change his own scales.
That's true.
Or,
I admitted though that
or Javon, Jesus Christ, you got nothing going on. You know how, I mean, you could have road trip to see Pocket Metal at this point. You want content? You should travel the country visiting
no doors.
live
With
YouTubers.
no
and
door
like-
and my good looks, dude, I am on a pauper's fucking pay scale. I
you
make no money.
you should travel the country. You want content? Go visit other YouTubers. Do knife collection up like video things, and then visit makers.
You gonna
Life
back
on
me?
the road as a hitchhiker.
Snot
Well,
rag.
I mean, you'll get gas money.
That makes sense, Snot rag, because you have a trade. That makes perfect sense.
I
I
mean,
want to see it.
Well, and my point
Ron
is,
changed his pivot so that he
My
can go
point
from
is
sitting on the
saying-
couch with bearings to sitting on the couch with phosphor bronze.
right, but to me, it's just to see how it worked because you put in another little piece. There's another like stainless steel washer that goes in the liner side.
It's
and you
been
use your-
a revolution tonight for me and that guy's name because I much like, and it's probably because I heard Javon. I always think it's snow, whatever the fuck, but it's snot rag.
Yeah,
it's not rag. I call him snow trog because I can't pronounce words. I'm just like
Javon didn't know till last week. He just
I know.
found out last week.
I just keep hearing someone's calling them snow this and snow that, and I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? And then I didn't even realize it. Yes,
I
it's-
messaged him. I was like, dude, you want me to let Javon know? And he's like, no, I'll leave it alone. I love it.
Well, there
Guys,
was like
before we
two
forget
streams
about
in a
something,
row.
I
He
get up
said
early
for
in the
like
morning.
30 minutes, and he wouldn't.
I'll
I
give
just-
y'all a funny. I used to be, my name's John Evans, and I used to be J Evans, Knife Flicks or something. J Evans,
I
maybe
remember
my original Gmail name at whatever. And that was my screen name, JEVANS, J Evans. And Cole, when he was doing lives, would always address me as Javon, not Javon's, but Javon. Because that's how he read it. So that's how I got my channel name. I just let it stick. I didn't give a shit. I thought it was kind of funny because it is pronounced Javon. I spelled it different. But I'm terrible with names. I'm worse with remembering names.
It's not rag. If he shows up at my house to do a collection overview, I'm going to kick him off my front porch.
The first stop I've got to make, and I've got an invitation. I want to go to Knives and More. Shane, have you been there with
No,
us? The place on University. I
no.
want to go there and interview John, the guy that's owned it for 30 years.
Stain.
Yeah.
You keep saying you're like no, like
Yeah.
that's the worst idea fucking ever. Why do you think that?
You sense that?
Of course, I'm not deaf. I'm not Javon. I can pick up fucking subtle cues.
Dude,
In all
That guy-
honesty, Pocket Metal, I'd go with him just if it made John happy. I'd
But
go
why
with
the fuck? Why don't you like that place?
Oh, I have no opinion of it. I just,
he hadn't been there. He said.
I'm just like a lot of people. I'm not as excited about looking at some pocket knives as I used to be.
Me neither, but he's got a lot of really cool. He buys what do you call them? When somebody has a state sale, he buys estate slip joint collections from all around the country.
Once again,
He's also a sharpener, and he's been in business for 30 years. He's one of the first people that signed up with Benchmade. That's one of the most knives he carries. And what's cool about his shop is he's been selling Benchmades to the same collectors for 25 years, and they'll come back in, and if you got the receipt and you haven't abused it, he'll give you what you paid for it. So he gets a lot of trade-ins. That Jeff's bought a ton of really cool.
is it Northeast Knives that does that too?
Might be.
Yeah, I think Northeast Knives. I think they're the ones that do that. Like if you buy a knife for 180 and a year later you want to sell it and it's still in good condition, they'll give you a $180 store credit. Because all
Yeah,
they're doing is they're just moving the profit from one knife to another. They're not losing anything. But
Exactly.
they're not making double either. So
I'll tell you what else they've got down there. They've only got about
Where'd
4,
Scotch go?
but they've got some Protex. They don't carry them anymore, but they used to, and they've got some old ones. Snot rag. We had that in
Talk
common.
about pens anymore.
I used to have nose douche all around my apartment. Those big cans of that shit.
Did you see Rob Ten Rings comment?
Yeah.
In winter, I carry up this one.
Yeah. Because I said it's no trouble.
That's funny. All right, guys, it's 10:54. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we're giving away.
Love y'all. See you.
Oh, you don't have to go.
I know I don't have to, but I am.
Fuck you then. Hey, how about this? How about if I just kick you off?
All right.
Hey, Shane.
That was too good.
So tonight is the big Tucson pocket metal sign up for this one.
Fucking
This
shit.
is that Tucson from White Mountain Knives. Look how big it is.
It's gargantuous.
But it's 14C. It's super slicey, has great walk and talk. It's micarta, and I'm going to ship it with this. I had to get a, what's it called?
I didn't see it. I saw.
A hide and drink Knipex slip to keep it in because it's so big. So you'll get the slip and you'll get the knife. And what we're going to do, wow. Let me go to my giveaway screen.
Speaking of leather goods, everyone go out there, get something from Terry. I don't know if he's still suffering from Javanism right now.
I'm
but,
sure he is.
Help that man out.
Damn it! I just got an ad.
Well, you guys, you're watching YouTube. YouTube serves ads. I don't serve. What I do is I set it, and I can show y'all again. I set it so that
I wasn't complaining to you, Javon. I just was saying, damn it, like YouTube.
if you want to see crazy ad load, watch Rumble. We're going to do that in just a second. So this is going to be an easy one, an easy word, and just don't capitalize it and put in the hashtag. And all of you guys throw YouTube pocket metal. I'll throw it in and I'll play for you. Giveaway tool, share. All right, guys. Put in your comments. It's just hashtag TWOSUN. I'll get that all.
Gentlemen, I'm going to go get something to eat before Maddie's stream. So,
All right,
thank you very
buddy.
much for having me.
I'll rattle your
Appreciate it,
cage
Javon.
if I go live again.
All right, sounds good. And we'll try to get some more ideas put together for showing prep work for sharpening, that kind of stuff. So
I appreciate you willing to do that, Kyle, because I'm telling you, it's knowledge that if it helps me as much as it does, it's got to help other people. And I think sharpening knives, my personal opinion, is part of the fun of the hobby. I love it.
well, I consider it part of maintenance, so it's something that you should be able to do. So
Absolutely.
all right, guys, thanks.
See you in just a little while, buddy.
All right, take care.
Is that tool gone now?
Shut up.
Let's see how many comments we're getting. Y'all get in there. We've still got a few minutes. 31 comments. We've got almost double that many people in here. All right. Scotching things. So if I win it, that means it automatically goes to pocket metal because I hooked him up with it. Kyle on camera is invisible. I know he can turn his phone. Mine got weird for a while to where it wouldn't auto rotate, and somehow I just had a setting, and it wasn't the portrait mode, it was some other photo setting. Homer Felites, what's up, Pitt? What's going on, channel member? Hey guys, don't forget tomorrow at 11 o'clock to about 1 is the members live, and there will be a surprise there, so try to come. I've got something picked out. And I won't have to push it back till 2 o'clock. I won't sleep through it like I did last week.
I most definitely will.
Ed Harrison, where'd you go, bud?
My wife kicked me off. I didn't touch nothing. I might have accidentally touched something.
Nice, Johnny. Scotch things. That's great. He'd like it.
Look at it. I just finished. I had to do a little bit more black because there was too much white down here at the bottom. So I added a little bit more black right here. Gonna clear it over again. It's done.
All right, guys. There are only 36 of you in here. I'm only going to let it run till about 11 o'clock, about another minute. So drop in hashtag Tucson. If you don't like it, you can give it away. Let me show you something about this knife. Not only is it big, it's not going to close in your hand because it's got a safety feature built in, but it's got such a tall flat grind. It is one of my sliciest slip joints. 14C. And it's made very well. I had 4 Tucsons. I gave one away, slip joint. Every Tucson slip joint that I've owned has been great for me. I mean, I'm not a purist, but they've been good slip joint knives, good detents or walk and talks, and they cut well.
You get them on eBay and you can get a deal on them for sure.
Oh yeah, a lot less than I get them for at White Mountains.
The one that I got with the titanium, which I took apart and lost one of the washers, which I need to get a new one. But anyways, that little clip point with the titanium and copper inlay.
Yeah.
That's an awesome little knife. And I got that thing for like $50-$60 or some shit.
That is a great knife. That little clip point.
Yeah, it's super, super thin. And even this one.
Yeah, hit that like button, guys.
Is fucking,
That's my favorite. That one to me looks, I know it doesn't to you, but it gives me a Sidebuster feel. That's the one with the lizard.
I've seen it recently where this has got the bone, which I've always been afraid that I was going to drop it, but they have it with carbon fiber as well on the scales. And you could probably, easily make other scales for it. But yeah, the sound it makes too is a cool little chirpy sound, which I like.
I like it too. And it cuts great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got 41. I'm going to count down from 10, and then we are going to draw for A to Z does not have a chickadee. The chickadee?
Jesus Christ.
So
I'm going to even break out my oldest chickadee, my S90V chickadee.
Watch out, folks.
That Kyle Coonley did not sharpen.
Kyle, what?
He did not sharpen this one. This is just a factory edge. And they're slicey as shit. You guys can mock me with my chickadee, but when you wake up with one stuck in your back, you'll know where to return it. All right, guys. We're getting ready to go. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2. I got to get my book. So y'all got about 2 more seconds. I've got to write down or I will forget. And whoever wins, if you email me tonight, it will go out in the mail tomorrow. Just email it. Right, Chip. And here we go, guys. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round and round it goes. Homer, the man, believed us. Congratulations, Homer.
That's Homer.
Homer.
Great.
Hey, Homer. Email me, buddy, your physical address, and you'll get a tracking number when I print the label later tonight. And I'll get it sent out tomorrow. And that was the Tucson on Friday Night Flicks, number 104. I need to go back and watch some of those early Friday Night Flicks that I sat on the couch. That was I'm sure that was even a bigger train wreck. Scotch and things, I know you do, buddy. You're a team player. One click away. That's all it is. All right, guys. it is time to get over to said faction so we can hang out with those guys for a couple of hours. If y'all are around tomorrow, if channel members come by the live. If I'm awake, which I very well probably will be because I did sleep a little bit today, I might jump back on just for a little while. If I'm not asleep or not tired, I don't have anything else to do, have no social life. So I might jump back on, but we'll play it by ear. Guys, y'all got anything to share? Look at that B up, Tony. That is awesome, dude.
Looking good, Pocket Metal.
I gotta get this shit going. That's all I've been working on for the last couple days. Gotta get it
Looking
ready.
good.
Dude, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a good time. And Jason's going to be looking down proud. Guys, I love y'all. Do me a favor. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts. And please, 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 use debate, not hate. Unless hate's the only option, then you got to do what you got to do. I love y'all. Peace.